We must burn those records tonight. We threw the album in the fire, and we heard the sounds of screaming. And we saw spirits that sort of came up out of the smoke and went into the sky, and everybody had to expose and condemn and call out these agents of satanic sorcery among us.
Agents like these guys.
I sound bomb decibels in shock jock festivals. I gouge eyeballs, snap necks and stomp testicles. 80s rap music somehow summoned assassins, and the kids were corrupted during the coming attractions. It's the satanic panic playing Dungeons and Dragons. VHS porn form reproductive patterns like it's Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven backwards. I'm going X-Clan back to the East Blackwoods. The Bible Belt chit chatter like this shit matter. Did they care when Call Me Lucifer was said by Mick Jagger? As we brainwash the children with these different religions, as the theories from conspiracies turn to predictions, as the plot thickens, passports and COVID restrictions, and bootlickers smear the names of brutality victims. So what's the bigger threat? Nas X satanic sneaker, or leaving kids at the church with the Catholic preacher? Pepe Le Pew animated cartoon cock loose. Cancel Mr. Potato, we gave head to Dr. Zeus. That's the slop I produce. Triple fat rock the goose, shock jock, house party, guns out, shot the roof. Yes, I heard the scream from the blasphemer loudly. Jay-Z rocking that Alistair Crowley. No stripes, bottom of the totem pole, broke whites. When I hold mics, I murder civilians like drone strikes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh wreck stages. Trump gone, but kids still locked in cages. Stay industry had the negative effects back when artists had to have sex with record execs. The government coming best to get protecting your necks. It's not the threat of little Nas X dressing in a dress. Marijuana possession could end your life suddenly. Rest in peace, Marvin Scott died in cop custody. The Al-Qaeda Hellraiser, headbanger Hellslayer, pimp slap Mary, kidnapped the baby in the manger. Texas chain Ed Gain, your Iron Maiden death chamber. I'll beat your ass like I'm Rand Paul's neighbor. Big L, Devil's Son, Jack Chick comic strips. Mafia 3-6, witchcraft, Stevie Nicks, triple red Uzi, Judas Priest, suicide missions, the Christian depictions, the hypocrite politicians, asking who killed Epstein, is it Trump or the Clintons? These rappers talk tough, but they be softer than Bernie Mittens. If I did witchcraft and had magic potions, I get the ghost of George Floyd to haunt Candace Owens. I'll be the Bachelor, snatch Cleopatra from the Romans. I'll make an airplane with Derek Chauvin crash in the oceans, and I don't care if this man bangs Satan for the clicks. I'll fuck Megan, take her from the Duke of Sussex, and kick you up your ass with a Puma. When I spit black humor, they're like, step back, Boma. Legendary man loser out the rap sewer. This the United States, land of the mass shooter. Stay safe.
Call me when you want, call me when you need.
I've had parents explain to me, well, I let my teenager listen to rock music because that's all he'll listen to. Let me tell you, so the lyrics to real rock music is nothing more than satanic cyanide. Get it out of your house, throw it out, and burn it. It has no place in the house of the righteous.
We threw the album in the fire, and we heard the sounds of screaming. And we saw spirits that sort of came up out of the smoke and went into the sky, and everybody had to expose and condemn and call out these agents of satanic sorcery among us.
Agents like these guys.
I sound bomb decibels in shock jock festivals. I gouge eyeballs, snap necks and stomp testicles. 80s rap music somehow summoned assassins, and the kids were corrupted during the coming attractions. It's the satanic panic playing Dungeons and Dragons. VHS porn form reproductive patterns like it's Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven backwards. I'm going X-Clan back to the East Blackwoods. The Bible Belt chit chatter like this shit matter. Did they care when Call Me Lucifer was said by Mick Jagger? As we brainwash the children with these different religions, as the theories from conspiracies turn to predictions, as the plot thickens, passports and COVID restrictions, and bootlickers smear the names of brutality victims. So what's the bigger threat? Nas X satanic sneaker, or leaving kids at the church with the Catholic preacher? Pepe Le Pew animated cartoon cock loose. Cancel Mr. Potato, we gave head to Dr. Zeus. That's the slop I produce. Triple fat rock the goose, shock jock, house party, guns out, shot the roof. Yes, I heard the scream from the blasphemer loudly. Jay-Z rocking that Alistair Crowley. No stripes, bottom of the totem pole, broke whites. When I hold mics, I murder civilians like drone strikes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh wreck stages. Trump gone, but kids still locked in cages. Stay music industry had the negative effects back when artists had to have sex with record execs. The government coming best to get protecting your necks. It's not the threat of little Nas X dressing in a dress. Marijuana possession could end your life suddenly. Rest in peace, Marvin Scott died in cop custody. The Al-Qaeda Hellraiser, headbanger Hellslayer, pimp slap Mary, kidnapped the baby in the manger. Texas chain Ed Gain, your Iron Maiden death chamber. I'll beat your ass like I'm Rand Paul's neighbor. Big L, Devil Son, Jack Chick comic strips. Mafia 3-6, witchcraft, Stevie Nicks. Triple Red Uzi, Judas Priest, suicide missions. The Christian depictions, the hypocrite politicians. Asking who killed Epstein, is it Trump or the Clintons? These rappers talk tough, but they be softer than Bernie Mittens. If I did witchcraft and had magic potions, I get the ghost of George Floyd to haunt Candace Owens. I'll be the Bachelor, snatch Cleopatra from the Romans. I'll make an airplane with Derek Chauvin crash in the oceans. And I don't care if this man bangs Satan for the clicks. I'll fuck Megan, take her from the Duke of Sussex, and kick you up your ass with a shampoo. When I spit black humor, they're like, step back, Boma. Legendary man loser out the rap sewer. This the United States, land of the mass shooter. Stay safe.
When you want, call me when you need.
I've had parents explain to me, well, I let my teenager listen to rock music because that's all he'll listen to. Let me tell you, so the lyrics to real rock music is nothing more than satanic cyanide. Get it out of your house, throw it out, and burn it. It has no place in the house of the righteous.
We must burn those records tonight. We threw the album in the fire, and we heard the sounds of screaming, and we saw spirits that sort of came up out of the smoke and went into the sky, and everybody had to expose and condemn and call out these agents of satanic sorcery among us.
Agents like these guys.
I sound bomb decibels and shock jock festivals. I gouge eyeballs, snap necks and stomp testicles. 80s rap music somehow summoned assassins, and the kids were corrupted during the coming attractions. It's the satanic panic playing Dungeons and Dragons. VHS porn form, reproductive patterns. Like it's Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven backwards. I'm going X-Clan, back to the East Blackwoods. The Bible Belt chit chatter like this shit matter. Did they care when Call Me Lucifer was said by Mick Jagger? As we brainwash the children with these different religions. As the theories from conspiracies turn to predictions. As the plot thickens, passports and COVID restrictions. And bootlickers smear the names of brutality victims. So what's the bigger threat? Nas X satanic sneaker, or leaving kids at the church with the Catholic preacher? Pepe Le Pew animated, cartoon cock loose. Cancel Mr. Potato, we gave head to Dr. Zeus. That's the slop I produce. Triple fat rock the goose, shock jock, house party, guns out, shot the roof. Yes, I heard the scream from the blasphemer loudly. Jay-Z rocking that Aleister Crowley. No stripes, bottom of the totem pole, broke whites. When I hold mics, I murder civilians like drone strikes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh wreck stages. Trump gone, but kids still locked in cages. Stay safe. Industry had the negative effects back when artists had to have sex with.
How we doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Alright, I'm back. And I'm better. Apparently I was really sick and I didn't know it. But I was on like a sorry, my voice is still a little fucked up, but I was on a like steroid pack, and boy did it clear shit up. So I'm a lot better now. And what else? There's just so much I want to do, not enough time. And then I wanted to start earlier, but my body, now that it's better, it's like it's giving me trouble in other departments. That is like just being a human female. Not gonna go into it. So yeah, I'm here now. Labels are not fixed yet, but I do have a sub goal. Shooting for 5 right now. Because I think that will get me paid. So if you want access to my cool emotes and stuff, you can sub. And then also Prime sub. You could use your Prime sub. They both count, they both matter, they both work. So hook a girl up. Alright. Welcome to second scary Sunday. The second one ever. We're gonna get started. I have a bunch of fun stuff for us. Oh, we're gonna start with something. I was, watching stuff. I was preparing for this moment, and then also like watching shit and just getting ready to come down here and get busy. And I was listening to a podcast I like, and the guy, the host, Raph, he said something very profound, and we're definitely gonna react to more of this another time. I think I don't remember right now. I don't want to think too hard about it. Because today's Scary Sunday, so the other day is for drama. It's supposed to be like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? But my schedule's a bit all over the place right now. Um, so I will let you guys know what's up with that. I try to post in the Discord. I try to post on all platforms sometimes if I remember. Um, but yeah, let's just focus today. Basically, we might check in with these guys again, but I wanted to just let you guys hear what Raph says and just like really soak it in because he says it's about online, but I'm kind of convinced it's worse than that. It's every day. It's in real life now. It's not just online. So you might be like, "What, Babylon? What do you mean? What are you talking about?" But I think this is a good startup for some of the shit I'm gonna show you. Fucking rugged man. This is my intro for now until I can find some like. I'm either gonna make my own intro or I'm gonna find one that is available that's not copyrighted. Cause like all these artists, man, they don't want you using their shit. And it's just like I get it, but it's like it's music, bro. It's music. It's fucking music. Alright. I have timestamps. I'm gonna sub to them because I love them. They're really good people. I'm going to hold up. I'm gonna like link this in the chat as well. Because they're just,
Yeah,
they're
the
good
shelves
people.
look really good.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
in my interior decorator era.
Good, I'm glad.
We need to do a Halloween episode. We have to dress up for an episode
Okay.
because our episode comes out a day before Halloween.
Sorry, I feel like my computer's been slowing down more, and I'm like not sure why. I don't know if it's like my internet or something else. And then I can't tell if you guys are seeing it or if it's just a me thing. Okay, let me get these timestamps and then we'll get busy. Okay, 32. And we stop at 33:25. 32:32. I like them a lot and I respect them, but I don't always agree with some of the shit they say and do. Respectfully. You know, I don't really. The way my life is, I don't expect to get along and agree with everybody 100% of the time. It just matters, like, the core beliefs. That's, like, the main thing, usually. Like, are you a piece of shit scumbag? If not, then you're probably okay in my book. Hold up. I think that's it. Bro. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll take care of this eventually, I swear. I promise.
Day one of being on the internet, no matter what you do on the internet, you will always be wrong. Even if you are right, you are wrong. That is how the internet works.
Yep.
There is no, well, they're right and everybody agrees. No, if you're right, you're wrong. Somebody will always argue against you. Somebody will always think you're wrong. And somebody will always go out of their way to try to ruin your life because of a bad opinion. When you're that's why I don't make opinions on the internet. That's why I don't do tweets that have opinions on it. That's why I don't make like these Instagram or Twitter posts about like things that are going on in the world because I don't want to deal with the fucking argument that other people have, the stupidity of other people. I know I'm right. I know when I'm right and I know when I'm wrong.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to discuss this a little bit before we dive on into the main course. I really felt this was very profound. Like when you hear this, and he's saying it's about the internet, right? I would wager it's not just about the internet. It's beyond the internet at this point. I would argue, especially with AI and all that crap, this is the world we live in now. Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, you could even like it isn't even not even fucking AI or whatever, but you could say like Jesus Christ, like the historical Jesus or whatever, right? If Jesus was a real guy, from Palestine, right? Um, he was right. He was absolutely right at his time. If if the story is about him and who he was and what he pushed and wanted and all this stuff, like if it was true, then he was absolutely right, and they still killed him. So what does that teach us? Like, what does that have to do, like like with Raph saying and like this comparison to Jesus? Like, what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter that it's not the internet. It doesn't matter how right you are. It doesn't matter, like, you could know in your bones and like your gut and just like everything is telling you you're right. It doesn't matter. People are still gonna think you're crazy or wrong. They decide they don't like you. They don't believe you. And it's an unfortunate thing. You'd think in a perfect world or whatever, a good world, being right or honest or being, any of these things, whatever, like it would make a difference. It would matter. And other people would respect that and get that. But no, fortunately, does not work like that. And like you could even it goes all the way back to like connecting to this content I was watching earlier. I was watching Public Offender. He was covering a video about this woman, posting about how she was attacked by her ex randomly I mean, it was her boyfriend at the time, but her ex now, because like he attacked her, attempted to do more than just attack her. She found out he had a record of doing this to other women. So she was retelling her story so other women would know to look out for that, because he seemed like a nice guy or whatever. They never. The point I'm trying to make, what connecting back to this is, this guy literally body slammed her. She's like a small fucking tiny woman, and she was like almost asleep, and then it turned into this like assault thing where she's like I think she literally gets choked out and body slammed, and by like a grown ass man, like that's probably stronger and bigger than her. Even if it's just a little bit bigger than her, it's still like, when you're small, like it's easy to get hurt. The smaller you are, the more fragile you are, unfortunately. So after she was assaulted by him, the police were called, and like, but it didn't matter, like, because he literally lied to the cops and said that it was that she fell or something. It was like so fucking stupid. And I don't know, like, she told her side and he told his side, and I guess the cops are. I was gonna say a really bad thing, but I was gonna fucking get canceled. Oh my god. I'm sorry, just infuriated by police malicious negligence, that so many people would still be alive if the cops only cared to do their jobs. Anyway, so they couldn't decide whether he was lying or she was telling the truth, so he didn't get arrested or whatever for domestic violence. He got arrested because there was like warrants out for him, but initially they did not arrest him for like body slamming her and choking her. Eventually they believed her, I think, and the charges got like updated or whatever, but how humiliating. How depressing. I know like this is like bumming. This is super bummer, but I just wanted to be grounded in reality. I love starting Scary Sundays by like grounding ourselves in reality. Because my thing is, just, before I continue, sorry, I know I'm a little all over the place, holy shit. Just like, let me wrap up the last thing so we could move on. It didn't matter that she was telling the truth. They didn't believe her. They didn't care. So that's the point, Raph is very correct. He didn't know, when he said that, he didn't know how right he was. Anyways, I love them. Give them a follow. They're technically my coworkers. I don't know if he's a Twitch streamer too, but Frogan is. I follow her. I love fucking Frogan. Frogan's like low-key my hero, because she puts up with so much shit. It's crazy. She's like incredible person. But yeah, the main reason I want to do this, like what I was moving on to say, was like, I want to be grounded in reality. I want to empower you guys. I don't want you to be afraid. You should not be terrified of everything around you or scary things. Like, it's good to be afraid, like, in general, because, like, fear can sometimes protect you from, like, bad situations, right? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, there's this thing in, like, just media and, like, content in general, like, content creation, content making in general, like, the whole industry, like YouTube, anywhere you're consuming content, like, there's a big thing that people like to make money off of and capitalize on. We got another bot in the troll in the dungeon. Bot in the dungeon. I'll take care of that in a second, but I was just trying to say that fuck, what was I saying? Basically they everybody like makes content that's like fear porn, and it's usually to scare the shit out of people who don't know any better, or they're religious or superstitious, and then like motherfuckers take advantage of it for clicks and views and clout. And it sucks, and I want to give people the tools to combat that rather than being like, oh, this terrifies me, therefore it must be true, to let me think critically, is this a legitimate thing I need to be worried about or scared of? You know what I mean? And then recognizing what is a legitimate fear and what you should be scared of. Like, very grounded in reality, right? Um, that's my main thing for, I think, this Scary Sunday kind of content I'm doing here. So, but I do also kind of want to offer a chill vibe where you're kind of like just, I don't know, imagine it's like you're getting cozy and eating popcorn, you're staying informed and educated, but also it's interesting and entertaining, right? Okay. Um, moving on. I'm gonna play the next one, and I'm gonna delete this interruption bot motherfucker here, and then I will try to add my part, because like I'm gonna have a lot to say here, but I don't want to talk too much. But yeah, let's just get it started.
So we've got some pretty interesting news coming out from Ghost Adventures. First of all, we've got Zach Bagans talking about allegedly cleanse an alleged haunt. So we've got some pretty interesting news coming out from Ghost Adventures. First of all, we've got Zach Bagans talking about how he can allegedly cleanse an alleged haunted hotel, and he's come out and stated that he will do it for the Major League Baseball to stop players from being haunted by spirits, ghouls, and demons, which is pretty kind of crazy stuff. And then we've got Jay Wasley, who of course is another host of Ghost Adventures, and he talks about a truly shocking encounter that has allegedly, right, impacted his entire life. Not just like, just day-to-day business, his entire life. So we're going to talk about that part first before we get into it. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, obviously this comes from the TV Insider. So, obviously it's one of those kind of TMZ knockoff sites where you kind of take what you hear with a bit of a pinch of salt. It's always over dramatic, but it's what we've got to work with. So even after all these years, Jay Wasley still finds reason to be amazed during Ghost Adventures investigation. So it's basically a massive promotion for the brand new series, which we can see right here. The new season and hit Discovery Channel series is no exception, as he joins fellow paranormal explorers Zach Bagans, Aaron Goodwin, and Billy Tolley for more otherworldly interactions. Now, what I find interesting, of course, about this season, I've already kind of stated it already, but they're kind of delving into more than just ghosts in this series of Ghost Adventures, which I think is quite a good idea, personally. They're obviously going to be going into UFO sightings, alien abductions. They're going to stick with the hauntings to kind of keep it, but they seem to be branching out. Anyway, so first up is a Casper, Wyoming, where it looks like the UFO sightings and alien abductions and hauntings reported around the area's ominous mountain and abandoned military base. So much unfolds on their journey and warranted 2-hour premiere. The episode drops exclusively on October 15th on Discovery Plus before arriving on October 29th on the Discovery Channel. Obviously, they're trying to push over Discovery Plus members because streaming is where it's at nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. TV is a dying art form. Whether you believe that or not, or whether you want to believe that or not, irrelevant. It's a fact. TV is dying. Streaming is where it is going to, so that's why all of these sites, like, for example, Discovery, Disney, Netflix are thriving off the back of it. Like, you know, it's because of like the likes of Netflix and YouTube that streaming platforms are becoming so popular. Everything's so on demand. And here Wazy tells us that, what the guys find in the oil city and what the future shows. So Jay was quoted as stating, quote, "I was very excited. I've always heard stories about alien activity at Casper Mountain, so anytime our adventures cross over into alien territory, it's like an added bonus. Not only were there reports of alien abductions, but also so many hauntings, cryptid-type creatures, and the story of an old witch that lived on top of the mountain, so this literally had everything, and it did not disappoint." Now, what I like about this, obviously, is I'm well into aliens, abductions. It's like my guilty pleasure to a degree. So if they can handle this right, I feel like they might have a bit of a gold mine on their hands. It's already an established show.
Alright, I just wanted to add my 2 cents before we got too deep into the video. Basically, this, you know, I like this content creator. He's pretty cool. He seems like a skeptical, almost non-believer. He follows this stuff just because it's interesting. He's been covering a lot of the sale on the Conjuring house and all kinds of shit like that. I like him. You know, if you want to give him a follow, definitely do. It's not like I just, you know, if you're into the following the drama and like mainstream kind of paranormal viral news, he covers it. So, you know, if you're into that, definitely. But if you're not into it, then I understand. But so this video is like a 2-part thing. It's covering the new Ghost Adventures show coming up, like the new season that's launching. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I watch all of it just to keep tabs on Zach and all these guys because I do find it entertaining, but I do also acknowledge what they're doing is mostly wrong, and like I think most of us, if we're being honest, we kind of know Zach probably isn't the best guy. Another subject this guy covers, if you are interested in this, is he's covered some of the allegations against Zach Bagans in the past regarding his it's not paranormal at all. It's in real life, like real life shit. Basically, there's like allegations of like him being just like a bad guy, like not only being like hold on. And like it's all alleged, right? So don't sue me, Zach, fucking motherfucker. I used to be a fan, I really was, but then, you know, as I got older and I realized probably a lot of the harm that was being done, I'm like, I don't know about this. Now I mainly follow just to keep tabs on them and to see how bad it's gonna get before, because like it's gonna get bad. It's bad already. The history, the backlash they've gotten from the spirit world, it's been colossal. And I don't think enough people talk about it. They don't really acknowledge it. But I do think Zach is not. I liked him because I thought he was a good dude. I thought he was like that hero type kind of icon kind of person, you know, like a good example, a good leader, like a good masculine person, like good masculine healthy energy. But it's all an act. It's all, especially if he's doing this shit in the back that we don't know about, like the cheating, the essay allegations. Like he was hitting up underage fans, like asking for nudes and just being creepy and weird. Like, if any of that's true, like, you know, you have no business working in the paranormal. Because, like, the spirits are not going to want to work with somebody like that, and they're, like, going to clock it immediately. And then, like, can you imagine, like, all the times, like, spirits tried to, like, narc on him? And they had to delete things because it would look weird if, like, all of a sudden the spirits start talking about stuff, like, that everybody's not supposed to know about. Like, can you imagine? Allegedly, God, allegedly. But yeah, this guy covers it, so it's if you're into that, you want to know more about that, definitely follow him. He covers all that shit. But yeah, the first half is about the new show, like I said, which I will give you guys updates on myself personally, deeper dives in them. If like people are into it, I've like definitely wanted to cover some of their episodes and stuff just to showcase some of the problematic things and other like red flags and other things, you know. And then the other half is basically about a haunted hotel that baseball players are going to a lot. So they talk a little bit about that, and I definitely would like to discuss what he says, which I think is very interesting. Which I think gives him some credibility that, you know, even though Zach is bad and problematic, he is somewhat aware of what is going on spiritually. He does have some real knowledge, even if he's you know, not using it correctly or using it for nefarious purposes and a nefarious agenda, malicious agenda. Then it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter what you know if you're not if you're not being responsible, right? If you're not using your tools responsibly, uh you know, might as well not use the tools at all, in my opinion. But let's let's let him finish up what he's talking about here. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to watch this because like I'm super into it. Even though I like, oh, and I just want to specify really quick. Um Definitely so like the issue with Ghost Adventures, which I'm thinking, and I wanted to share this actually. I thought this was an interesting idea that came to me. Basically, so you know how I mentioned like they probably cut out a lot of stuff, like when they're filming and trying to get evidence. The spirits probably mention things that they don't want the public to know. So a lot of that ends up like cut. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going down, but I wouldn't also be surprised if, because the spirits know what kind of person Zach is and what he's doing, a lot of times they don't get evidence. They don't get interactions because the fucker, they know what he is and what he's doing, and they don't want to mess with somebody like that. So you could argue for that reason he needs to uh make you know, manufactured evidence, right? You could argue that, and I think it's a good argument, frankly. Like definitely he does get some stuff because not every ghost is going to be like clocking him correctly and being like, I don't want to work with him. Like some are not going to know any better because they're like people. Oh, hey Amber, thanks for showing up, coming by. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you. How you doing? How was your how was your you went to the new house, I assume. How did that go? Any updates you want to share with the public? We're just talking about Ghost Adventures and Zach Bagans and all that drama and nonsense. Like, there's definitely like some there for sure. Like, and then like especially like I do think they're being targeted somewhat, but it's like it makes sense why they're doing everything really bad. They're doing everything wrong. Um, you know what I mean? And like I think even when like you could tell like when the show was older and they were younger, they definitely played by the rules a bit more. And then I assume, if I'm correct about the spirits clocking them, eventually they probably couldn't keep getting evidence because the spirits figure that shit out pretty quick, man. Like it's hard to keep shit from them. They're in an alternate like reality where they see and understand things differently than we do. And so I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, about them not getting they're not getting evidence, and then they're also manufacturing some to make up for that, to keep it entertaining and interesting. So even if some of that shit is real, it's not a guarantee all of it is. Just that's my personal opinion. All this is alleged, as I said before. Okay, moving on. Let's get back to this.
And as much as, as long as Zach's not getting abducted every episode, like he gets possessed every episode.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I gotta say, see, I stopped at the perfect spot. So one thing I do like about Ghost Adventures is they do every now and then get into like the alien topic. And when they do, it's actually really cool. And I do think they get really interesting evidence. Oh, and I also wanted to clarify something, and we could definitely talk about it in the future, react to some of it. There's this like demonologist guy I follow. He's kind of strange, but his information is really interesting. And he believes that there's a connection between like ghosts, aliens, cryptids, demons. Like there's like a direct connection for some like we don't know what it is, but like I know some people think um like aliens or like these entities can pretend to be these different things, but they're not actually that. Like it's very spooky like to think that like an alien could pretend to be a ghost or like a demon, or like a demon pretends to be a ghost or pretends to be like an alien. Like either of those is very creepy to me. Like it's like I imagine like, well, it kind of makes sense in like a like an evolutionary kind of, because like spiders, snakes, they develop these things to protect themselves. Like cobras, they got the markings to make them look bigger. The stick bugs look like sticks, so they won't get eaten or whatever. And then other, like, even like peacocks, you could say like they got all that to make them look bigger, but it's also for mating. Like there's a lot going on there. And it makes you wonder, like, is there like a spirit paranormal version of that with like other creatures? Like they display these habits in order to protect themselves or catch prey or whatever. It's fascinating to me. I know it's probably sounds very strange and confusing, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to translate this into what people can understand. But yeah, no, these episodes are really good. So I'm super into this. And I do think it is a little strange. He gets possessed constantly. So, again, that is very weird. I will admit that. So, hopefully, he will not get abducted every episode like he joked. Because, like, that also would, like, just ruin it for me, honestly. Because, like, come on, bro. You're not getting abducted.
But then I'm
Like, if the aliens would be stupid as hell if they abducted Zach Bagans. They'd probably like get so annoyed they'd just like drop him somewhere. They abduct him and then he like tries ordering them around and then they're like fuck this and they just like leave him in a forest, like just abandon him somewhere.
sure we can stick on the right tracks. Moving forwards from that, there are so many incredible investigations this season, it's hard to pick. It's been a while since we filmed them, so I'm personally excited to see and revisit these episodes. There was a particular investigation we called the Hollydale Asylum of Hell, and after 16 years that I've been on with the show and encounters something at this location that has never happened before, and I think it will truly shock the audience.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Obviously, very interesting because it's usually Bagans that is getting the bad stuff happen to him. So there's no guests in this season. It's the four of us doing what we do best, and our focus this season was to capture the best paranormal evidence. I can't wait for the viewers to see not only what we've caught, but what we experienced. What are your thoughts on Matt Rife acquiring the Conjuring House? Obviously, he hasn't acquired the Conjuring House. This is false. Matt Rife and Elton Castay have acquired the Warren's Occult Museum. The Conjuring House is something completely different, and the Annabelle doll. He's also not acquired the Annabelle doll. He's the legal guardian of the Annabelle doll. So this article is actually false. Zach mentioned having his own run-ins with the doll, but what are your thoughts after finding out that Dan Rivera's death while handling the Annabelle tour on tour? Again, this is something that really wound me up back in like when it first kicked off, because everyone was like, oh, Dan Rivera died because of the doll. No.
You know what really grinds my gears? Sorry. He's just so funny to me sometimes. I really like this guy. And his accent really does it for me. I just wanted to clarify. Hold up. Okay. I just wanted to clarify basically. He's gonna say something right now I don't really agree with. I understand why it's upsetting. I understand why he doesn't agree with it. But I'm just personally going to say I don't 100% agree with him here. I respect him, completely. And I totally get where he's coming from. But at the same time, like, respectfully, I got to disagree.
His autopsy came out. He died of natural causes. He had a history of heart conditions. That's why he sadly passed away. Don't blame it.
I do want to, like, I'm sorry, but, like, spirits are very much like people. They're not going to be like, oh, you have a heart condition? Okay, I'm not going to fuck with you. Like, no, they don't care. They don't care. They say, oh, good, he has a heart condition. I can get at this human this way. I can fuck with him. Like, really, truly malicious, bad spirits will capitalize on health issues. Of course they will. Like, we watched it. Like, they had recorded, like, his last interaction with the doll. He was transferring the Annabelle doll from one case to another. And you could tell something was wrong. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Respectfully, I gotta disagree. Oh, bro, come on. Come on, bro.
Piece of fabric, it still winds me up now because it completely overshadows this guy's life and his death. It's so sad. Anyway, Matt is great. We got to investigate with him last season, and he's the real deal. Truly has a passion for the paranormal, and the Conjuring House is such an iconic location. Again, it's not the Conjuring House; it's the Warren where I had some amazing experiences. So I'm happy it's in the hands of someone who will do good things with it. The Annabelle doll came to Zach's museum a few years ago, and we got to investigate it. I remember seeing it on our XLS device, and spirits in the doll leave and go down the hall of the museum. So I was always wonder if this spirit and entity is still at the museum. Very interesting angle that they've taken there. What happened to Dan is a tragedy, and my heart goes out to his friends and family. Obviously, I like the narrative that they've run with here, saying, oh, we witnessed the spirit from the doll leave the doll and go down the corridor of the museum. So maybe it's lingering in the museum and not actually in the doll anymore. Which obviously brings traffic.
Yeah, so I just want to say, like, as much as I love the Ghost Adventures people and the crew and whatever, like, these people obviously are trying to make money. It's very much like the Warrens. And actually, we're going to talk a little bit about the Warrens in a few videos. Not this one, but maybe, yeah, after this. We got, like, it's in a few videos. We got a lot to cover, so I'm just going to let it play.
The museum, it makes it me. It's very Ghost Adventures. Moving on. Was there any case that you contemplated you should have continued investigating and doing the show any longer? Not really. I love what we do. There is really some intense investigations that happen and can cause problems in our lives, and we've all had to learn how to handle some negative attachments. But we've, oh God's sake, man. But we've all been doing this for so long now. We're invested in the research.
Okay, so I really hate that he laughs at this, because, like, I'm gonna run you through really quick, some of the things that have happened to these people. So I think Jay had a girlfriend or fiance, maybe even a wife, that worked with them here on Ghost Adventures. She would be like the photography person. She like took photographs, or she like held the camera and like filmed them. One day, during the episode of the Goatman's Bridge, the entity there started to actually target and affect her. And, you know, it was really significant. It is pretty scary shit. Frankly. If it's a really good episode, 10 out of 10 recommend. Honestly, some of the best shit Ghost Adventures has done, in my opinion, but it's extremely dangerous, and I'm... Oh, hey! Hey, Sam, thank you. Thanks. I appreciate you, buddy. Where was I? But yeah, the Goatman's Bridge episode is incredible. And if not for the fact alone that it affected the camera person, like, or whatever, and, you know, they ended up breaking up, and I don't know if she was ever the same after that. And I'm sorry for, like, somebody who doesn't have a history of doing stuff like that. That's kind of scary. Like, whether it's paranormal or not, like, something fucked up happened to this person, obviously. So, like, just alone, just, like, right off the bat, there's that. And then, I think Aaron went through a divorce. And then their friends died in a murder-suicide, domestic violence situation, which was, like, unbelievable, which I could get into, but I don't really want to right now. Definitely, we could talk more about it in the future. And then, like, that is the most significant one. Like, a murder-suicide, like, that's fucking crazy. But, so, like, yeah, like, they worked with a husband and wife, and, yeah. But so we got like 3 things already, right? We got 3 things, 3 major events already. And that's not all of them. And then after that, Aaron got married again, and then there was this huge viral news story. You guys might not be aware. It was definitely in the news, and a lot of people were talking about it. But if you're not paying attention, you might have missed it. Aaron got married again, and this woman, I guess, was very mentally ill and sick, and was very abusive, to him. And she, fell in love with some guy she saw on a true crime thing, and she tried to, they tried to have Aaron killed. Now, you could say that's not paranormal all you want, but with all the other stuff that's happened, I think it's kind of relevant, don't you think? So we got the Jay's partner leaving and that thing, and then the first divorce of Aaron, the murder suicide, and then Aaron gets another divorce because his wife tries to have him killed. Like, that is like significant to me. Like, that's, I might be even missing something, you know what I'm saying? So like for like a single group of people, like, that is a lot. That is highly suspicious. Okay. So like the fact that they're like that this guy's laughing, like, I'm sorry, but like, even if one of the four things is, if like one of them, like the rest are explained and not paranormal or whatever, caused by the paranormal, it's still fucking scary. I don't care what you say, dude. Like, Jesus. All right, moving on. And I'm gonna do something while this plays.
Search and the brotherhood we share makes it worth doing as long as we can. I don't know, man. Like, they're just getting possessed every episode at this rate. Does working in the line of work make it hard for you to enjoy a good horror movie? Do you have any favourites? Halloween ranks and holidays, for example. I still love to watch horror movies. The Halloween is definitely my favourite holiday. Some of the classic movies hold a place in my heart, like The Shining and Joel Carpenter's Halloween. And doing what we do has also led us to watch some really intense horror films like the Lars von Trier film and the French horror movie High Tension and Martyrs, but I appreciate and enjoy all of them. Do you think AI has or will make it more challenging when it comes to maintaining the legitimacy of your work? Of course it will, because AI, we've seen what the capabilities of AI is. It'll be really difficult to maintain. He says he's not worried about it. Obviously, we're up to season 30 now. 30. Season 30 is potentially around the corner. Have you talked about what you'll be doing in this milestone? We're not doing anything special other than keep going, cracking on. What do you see in the future of the industry? Basically, it's just a bit of a puff piece, really, just talking about Ghost Adventures. But I did find it very interesting when they were obviously talking about the Annabelle doll, Dan Rivera, and it's basically like, oh yeah, this is the show's coming out, basically, is what they talk about. Moving on from that, though, we've also got Zach Bagans, right, talking about basically cleansing Milwaukee Brewers' allegedly haunted hotel. So this came out in a video from TMZ, because of course it did, because TMZ absolutely love Bagans. But what I've heard apparently is that celebrities like Bagans will send their stories to outlets. Outlets won't chase the celebrity for the story, so that they get publicity. So that might explain why TMZ is on the Bagans train, because
Sorry, this hotkey, it will disable YouTube instead of like sorry. I'm just laughing at this because like he's saying, let's run that back. I'm sorry, we got to run that back.
Bagans is just fixed. Outlets won't chase the celebrity for the story.
Yep.
So that they get publicity. So that might explain why TMZ are always on the Bagans train, because Bagans is just fishing them with, or like filing them with stories. Anyway, this is what he had.
Basically, I just want to corroborate what he just said. Essentially, you know, like, I'm trying to like think of the best way to describe this. You know, like in movies, like there's paparazzi chasing people or whatever. I don't think they really do that anymore. Instead, like when you see like these like situations of like paparazzi taking pictures of somebody, like you remember that fucking guy, here's a good example to make you guys understand what I'm saying. That guy from, hold on, the bear. This guy. Okay, so Jeremy Allen or whatever the fuck, yeah, Jeremy Allen White. Okay, so there was like a big viral story of like he was like running, like jogging, and he didn't have a shirt on, and like TMZ was there or something. And it basically, like, people were like, okay, so he just went through a divorce or something, and he was trying to like get back at his ex or make her jealous or something. And that's why he called the paparazzi on himself. So a lot of these situations where like the paparazzi are catching like the Kardashians or whatever going places is because somebody fucking called them and told them, and then they just show up. You know what I'm saying? um, so pretty much that's what Zach does, which is like, it's so funny because it's like, it reminds me of like the old, like the 1900s, 1800s, like when people were like obsessed with like the paranormal and it became so commodified and like the news is just ready to eat it up immediately. It's like things never change, right? So um but yeah, Zach is just pretty much calling TMZ all the time, being like, I got a scoop for you. And they just love him. They love him. And I just think that's funny as fuck. Also, I kind of low key want to go to this hotel now.
Had to state with regards to the Milwaukee haunting.
What the fuck? Fuck off.
TMZ
On behalf of Major League Baseball, like, this is not an isolated incident.
Also, Zach has become so like buff and round at the same time. I think he's on roids, low key, allegedly.
I mean, this has happened to countless players.
I think he got insecure and he went the HTG or HRT path or whatever, human growth hormone.
And I was doing some research. I mean, like, Bryce
Doing
Harper
the Joe
stayed
Rogan.
there and woke up and all his clothes were like thrown across his entire room. This is happening to so many different baseball players over the years. So, I mean, it's like, what is this ghost? Did this ghost like lose a major bet on baseball when he was alive? Is there a Milwaukee Brewers like occult?
I'm not gonna lie, I would not put it past a dead person to do that. Fuck you! You baseball players, you ruined my life. I'm gonna make you all regret ever becoming baseball players. Come into my hotel, why don't you?
Type fan that's going to the hotel every time a rival team comes to their town and is doing summoning ceremonies. I mean, it's crazy because I do this for a living. And, this is 18 years that I'm doing my show Ghost Adventures. And I've never seen anything like this before. You don't really hear about a lot of major league athletes or professional athletes having experiences with ghosts in one hotel.
Yeah.
And like I said, on behalf of Major League Baseball, I'm willing to go there and to conduct a professional investigation.
You fucking clout hungry ass bitch.
Which would start with electro.
He wants to sleep with the ghost. That's another thing. He's a slut. This motherfucker is a slut for ghosts. He loves fucking ghosts. He's a ghost pervert.
Magnetic readings and then into audio-visual surveillance.
A ghost pedophile. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's a joke, people.
But I specialize in instrumental transcommunication.
Okay.
And what that is using electronic devices to make contact with the dead. So I would go there, and like I said, that's what we specialize in. Okay. I would go there and try to make contact with whoever this spirit is, and see exactly.
Have sex with it. No, I'm just... Sorry, I couldn't resist. He's like Steve Irwin, but for ghosts.
What is going on? Why are they targeting baseball players?
For the players who basically are staying.
Yeah, no, I want to know, like literally, is like everyone else safe in the hotel? Like, if I go to the same hotel, are the ghosts just gonna ignore me? But like, if I show up in a baseball uniform with like a baseball bat, are they gonna fuck? Like, I want to know, damn it.
At the hotel who didn't leave the hotel, what is your advice to them to have a good night's rest or to not like piss any ghosts off? Like, what is your advice to the ones saying?
Look, I mean, these are professional baseball players. Their schedules are grueling. The number one priority for these teams, coming from the coach or anybody, is making sure that they get a good night's rest. You know, staying in a haunted hotel. This isn't a laughing matter. This isn't a comical thing. This is something that's been happening.
I'm sorry. He's right. He's right. Technically, he's right. But, like, come on, motherfucker. Like, this is some funny shit. This is some hysterical-ass funny shit, whether it's happening or it's not happening. It is funny as fuck. I bet even the baseball players are laughing about it. Yeah, bro, like, I can't sleep. Somebody keeps knocking on my door all night long, no matter what. I keep looking and there's nobody out there and I can't sleep, bro. It's scary.
Year after year after year for Major League Baseball players. What I would recommend is that they travel with a smudge kit. I would even be willing to send, because I'm a fan of Dodgers, I'd only be willing to send the Dodgers some smudge kits. But I think that that's what they need to do. If they know they're going to a haunted hotel, I'm going to give advice right now. I know the wood that they usually use are in their baseball bats, but there's another wood that they need to pack in their suitcases, and this is called Palo Santo. Like I said, I've been doing this for 21 years.
Hold on. Sorry, I just wanted to get that cough out. Try not to cough too much while I'm working, but shit happens. So I just wanted to pause before he continues because this part is super interesting to me. In my honest professional opinion, this man, even though I don't like him and I don't take him seriously very often, he is right, to some degree, in this, what he's saying, like this, what he's recommending. And the reason I kind of know this is like Babylon. Excuse me, Babylon. How do you know? What do you mean? What are you talking about? In my opinion, one way to tell someone is serious and they know what the fuck they're talking about is when they recommend what to cleanse your home or your area or whatever with. Most people who do not know any better, who are kind of, and I'm not talking about, okay, I gotta be careful how I say this. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. In my humble opinion, if you're not indigenous or Native American or whatever, whatever indigenous culture you identify with, right? if you're not that, you really should just not use sage. Just do not use it. The spirits know. The spirits know that their living descendants don't want you to do that. So if you start doing that around the dead ancestors of these people, they're going to get upset with you. They're going to retaliate. They're going to fuck with you and make your life horrible. So the point is to respect the living and the dead. Respect that they do not want us using this. Now, if these indigenous people want to use that shit themselves, like use the sage or what have you, go ahead, go for it. Like, who am I to say? I'm a white person. I ain't gonna tell them to do what to fucking do. But I could speak for everyone else and be like, hey, maybe we should listen to these people and respect them. I think that is the number one sign and way to tell, oh, we're dealing with like a real deal here, kind of. And so, yeah, the fact that he said not sage, like immediately, like he said Palo Santo would, I'm like, okay, Zach does know what he's talking about. But I gotta clarify. I am not 100% on the up and up on Palo Santo wood. For all I know, there could be people like, hey, no, you shouldn't use Palo Santo wood either. It's disrespectful to these people or whatever. I don't, because I'm not, I should check that out and learn about it, and I will make a mental note to look into it. But, so unless I'm wrong, unless I am mistaken, Palo Santo wood is okay to use. It is not disrespectful. It's probably a good idea. And it's a good recommendation, like if you're having these issues, right? Or you're feeling off or your energy or whatever. Even if you don't believe in these things, like, it's still appropriate to use that. And then, some of you people, you might be witchy yourself and you'd be like, Babylon, oh, what are you talking about? What am I supposed to use if I don't use sage? Well, there's tons of alternatives that white cultures used. Like, I'm Irish, I'm Italian, Polish. We all have like herbs and stuff that we use that's like witchy. Literally, it's a simple Google search. And it's just it's better. It's just better to do that this way. And that's my personal, humble, respectful, professional opinion. All right, moving on. So yeah, again, if somebody tells me, fills me in about the Palo Santo wood, I will come out here and correct myself. But until then, Palo Santo wood is good to go.
Years investigating. I don't use sage. I use Palo Santo. Add that to their suitcases, to their luggage. I don't care. I can send them, Palo Santo from a haunted museum if they'd like. Burn that.
One thing I don't send it from my museum. See, like, I don't. Should you use Palo Santo wood that was owned by Zach and harbored in the museum? Probably not. Probably not a good idea. I would probably get it somewhere else. Just my 2 cents. But sorry. I wanted to clarify something. Fuck. Here, let me rewind it. Maybe it'll come back to me.
When they get into the room, to their suitcases, to their luggage. I don't care. I can send them, Palo.
Oh, I remember. One thing I do like about Zach that I do respect him for is he is a lot more empowering than other people are. A lot of people push, like a lot of the fear porn, and like he does kind of peddle in it, but he does also empower people and remind them to be strong and that they can get rid of these things and clear themselves. They do have the power to do it. They do have the power to overcome this. And I do respect him for that, because so many people, they want you to, take your power away or put it in somebody else or something else. And it's just not necessary at all.
Santo from a haunted museum if they'd like. Burn that when they get into the room.
See, how can you not laugh at that? That's laughable.
Clear the room. And that's the only thing I could recommend.
My haunted museum. Bro, how are we supposed to take you serious? My haunted museum.
For them, unless they want me or some of my other team members going there and actually doing a very in-depth cleansing for the entire hotel. And I think at this point, this again is not a comical matter. This is very serious.
This is very serious. This is very, very serious. Zach, I'm sorry, but no matter how many times you say that, like, come on, we gotta be honest. This is very silly. This is very silly. It's serious, but it's also very silly. I really think, mark my words, in a year or so time, give or take, there is gonna be like Ghost Adventures special, Halloween special 2026, 2027 goes to the Milwaukee Museum. Like, literally. He's such a clout demon, bro. Just look at this clout bit. Look how thirsty. Look at that face. Look at that face. He wants it. He's salivating for it.
Just get some Palo Santo. Please, just order it on Amazon. You can get it overnight. Grab that.
Fat Polly! Hey! Thank you for the raid. I was gonna raid you. You beat me to it, buddy. How you doing? How did your stream go? Did it go good? I was gonna raid you, bro, and you raided me. What the fuck? Thank you. I appreciate it so much, all the love and support I get from y'all. Everybody give Fat Polly a follow. He is the real one. He is the realest, Fat Polly. You will not find a more real Fat Polly around. He does charity streams, horror games, like all, and he also writes books, dude. It's some cool shit. Seriously, you could get some really good content from this guy. So please give him a follow. Oh, dude, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. I'm so always impressed by you, bro. Seriously. You are definitely one of my mentors, I would say. I'd call you a friend and a mentor a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I definitely look up to you for sure. Where were we? We're just finishing up, we're finishing up this video about Zach Bagans, and he's saying it's very, very serious. It's hard to take somebody serious when they say that sometimes.
You're going to spin better, trust me. I do not think you have any type of demonic threat there whatsoever. But I would not engage in communication. I saw Bryce Harper, one of these baseball players, say that they were talking to the spirits. Don't do that. You guys have seen Ghost, right? You saw what happened when Whoopi Goldberg started talking to the spirit and reacting to that spirit.
Yes.
That spirit will not leave you alone.
Okay, so as much as I love fucking with Zach and shitting on him and talking shit on him, he's actually right here. If you don't want to have paranormal interactions at all, it is very advised, do not talk don't try to talk to anything. It's just not worth it. And thank you so much, Fat Polly. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And shout out to the Raiders. But yeah, no, this guy. See, like, I can't take him serious, but he's legit. What he's saying is right. He's telling the truth. He is as much of a malicious motherfucker as trying to make money off ghosts. He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Do not do that. Let me do that. Go there and act like there's nothing there. Just burn the Palo Santo and leave it at that. Do not talk to the spirits.
Yep.
Do not say leave you alone, because they ain't going to leave you alone. They're going to do the opposite, because they know that you're talking to them.
This is solid advice.
That's my advice. Go Dodgers. I don't think you got anything to worry about. These next 3 home games, I think you guys are going to wrap this series up. Don't hate me, Milwaukee Brewers. You guys are great too, but I'm a West Coast guy.
So there you go. Zach Bagans willing to go in and basically ghost bust the Milwaukee hotel for the players. Now, I find it very interesting.
He's a clout demon.
And of course, you know, he talks about burning stuff and, you know, like, whatever. He's a comical guy when it comes. And this is something that I will give Zach Bagans. He is a funny guy, right? Whether he takes himself seriously or not, he's a funny guy. And, you know, he talks about burning this wood and instead of sage and all the rest of it, and he swears by it. He's also a marketing genius. He's basically plugged the show and the museum and multiple times within that segment there, knowing that baseball fans and
seeing the fact that he points that out, another reason I like this guy a lot. But you know, Zach is as right as he is, as correct as he is definitely 100% doing it all for money. There's no doubt about it. He's doing it for money. And the spirits can tell, and that's why they do not like him.
TMZ fans are going to see this. Marketing genius. I said it in the last video about Zach Bagans. He is very clever when it comes to marketing when he did the Ed Gein stuff. What do you guys think of this? Is the Milwaukee...
And you know everybody's going to go to the museum now, right? Because of the Ed Gein shit that just came out. I watched the first episode and part of the second one. I have to watch the rest of it, and I'll tell you guys, I can give you a bit of a rundown if I feel... From what I've seen, it's pretty gruesome. But unfortunately, it seems pretty accurate so far. I am in agreement that I do not not into, you know, it's low-key kind of exploitation in a way. But this, I don't know, man, it's very complicated. Like, you know, is it appropriate they make stuff like this about people like Ed Gein? I don't know. But I can let you know, how accurate it is, or, if it was, you know, done in a respectful or appropriate way. From what I've seen, I wouldn't say it's necessarily respectful or appropriate, but they definitely, I think they made it more accurate than people want to admit. And it's fucked up, right?
Hotel actually haunted. I've got to say, I have heard some strange occurrences allegedly take place there. Obviously, you know, the Major League Baseball, especially in America, really has a very large audience. So to cross-promote that with Ghost Adventures is clever, because obviously it's going to get more eyeballs on the show. It's going to bring more interest on the show.
Yeah.
Especially if you can conduct an investigation there. So
literally, he's a fucking clout demon. Clout demon!
I would be intrigued to see what... If they take up that offer, I would like to see that take place and what was found. I don't believe Ghost Adventures. I don't really believe in ghosts, if I'm perfectly honest. But I'd be intrigued to see what happens. Let me know what you guys think.
This is why I respect him. He doesn't even believe in this shit, and he's covering it. So, gotta respect him. Okay, okay. Excuse me. We're gonna blind react to the next two. The last two videos I showed you guys, I watched before this. The next two will be blind reacts. I'm watching it for the first time with you. And we're gonna see how stupid or not stupid this shit is. Or how accurate, or, you know, we're gonna do a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Hello, my loves. Welcome
this is
back to my
Loey.
channel.
I love her.
Welcome to my channel.
She
if you are new
is
here. Hi, Loey. My name
definitely an inspiration to me. One of my inspirations. Damn, she's got 2 million? Holy fuck. I didn't realize she's so popping on YouTube. God damn. Shout out to Loey. I will be posting this in the chat. Definitely give her a follow. She's pretty cool. She's on TikTok, I think, and other platforms. She's got some good content. I'm sure, like, this is a lot. We might skip some of this if it's really stupid, because, like, every now and then she'll, like, put some, it's, like, not that cool. You know, it's just like, it's like, I guess it's kind of spooky or whatever, but we want that good shit.
Ms. Loey. And finally, I am back with you guys today for part 2 of our 60 scary TikToks to make you scream till Halloween. Still don't really know how I'm going to outdo that title, but it actually ended up being closer to 70 that we got. So surprise, I made you wait a bit for a part 2, but I come bearing extra gifts, so hopefully you forgive me for it. As always, this series is only possible because of all of you tagging me in your scary video finds. So don't forget to follow me over at LoeyBugXO and tag me in whatever scary videos you come across. We have a ton to get into today, but before we do, a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, the Farmer's Dog. Now, I told you guys about our switch to the Farmer's Dog last month.
We are not giving you a free ad, Loey. I love you, but we're not doing that. No, thank you.
From the demons.
The what?
Don't know what this is doing.
The what?
Off of your first box now. Scary videos to get much to the Farmer's Dog for sponsoring this video. And now let's get into these scary videos.
Let's fucking get it.
TikTok user Dark Dryad posted this video. My car is trying to send me messages from the demons.
What the fuck?
I don't know what this is. What is happening?
Why does it sound like Jabba the Hutt?
Okay. Yeah, okay. The
Why
TikTok
is-
comment section has been so
Why
funny.
is Jabba the Hutt trying to contact her? Can you explain this to me? What the fuck?
Because why is the top comment, girl, that's a Decepticon. Another person says you might want to consider taking your car to a holy water car wash. Girl,
Jabba
that's
the Hutt,
Optimus
bro.
Prime. Well, this is not actually a case of a haunted car and seems to be some sort of issue with the vehicle itself. I truly thought that a grumbling automobile was a great way to kick off this video. There's a TikTok page for this place in Iowa called Malvern Manor. It's said to be one of the most haunted places in Iowa, and recently a video from the page went viral that probably proves that.
Gil's.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking ads. Hold on. Wait. Okay, there we go.
Could you ding the bell for me?
Oh, shit.
It was so quick, and while there are other paranormal videos on the account, I'm very curious if anyone has ever been to this place before. Because as of now, it's just going on to the never-ending list of paranormal locations that I want to visit in my lifetime. Now, this video from Jules Alexis is a little darker, so I'm getting ready to work at the funeral home, and I hear a laugh. I was by myself. It's close to 1 a.m., and I had been up since 6 a.m., so I wasn't sure if I had really heard what I heard until I watched the video.
What the fuck? Hold on. Hold up. We gotta read this. What the fuck? We're doing this together, chat. We're in this together. So I'm getting ready to work at the... Oh, God, it's a funeral home? Oh, my God. I hate to inform you all that shit 100% is, haunted. There's... Anywhere that, has people that are dead or housing dead bodies or, even transing... They're transing the dead bodies. They're transing the bodies. I'm sorry. I could not resist that. I had to do it. Transporting the bodies, I mean. So, anything like that is, whether it's, even, you could probably argue NICUs and, hospice places, they're probably haunted as fuck, too. I wouldn't be surprised. Anywhere where life and death is, going down, or, it's, a bunch of energy and emotions, a lot of emotions usually. It causes hauntings, and it's the way I would describe it for if you don't want to, if you're a skeptic and you're having trouble understanding or believing this stuff, I would think of it more of a glitch in the Matrix. It's our reality's glitching out, you know? And this is the glitch, is this weird happenstances. Okay, sorry, moving on. So I'm getting ready to work at the funeral home, and I hear a laugh. I was by myself. It's close to 1 a.m., and I've been up since 6 a.m. So I wasn't sure if... Hold on, we gotta get rid of this. I wasn't sure if I had really heard what I heard until I watched the video. Oh god, it's so scary. I'm already scared. Fuck. I hear something, but I don't hear a laugh.
It definitely sounds like a creepy laugh in the background there.
The audio, I have like a headset on right now, so like the audio, like it's not cranked up for me. So like if I listen to it on my phone, I might get a better I'm better able to hear it, but from what I got right now, it sounds like a weird noise. It sounds creepy. It sounds like a person, but I don't know whether it's a laugh, a cry, I don't know.
I have to imagine that a funeral home would be one of the most haunted places ever. I feel like I have heard so many, and I mean so many paranormal stories from them. And of course it makes sense because it's a place that has seen so much death. But truly, that is some horror movie material. A TikToker named Stinky Kinney was just going through some vacation photos when they realized that there was an uninvited guest in the background of one of them. The video is captioned, "Going through my disposable camera photos from my Mexico trip. Who is that?" And as you can see, it looks like there is a fourth person in this photo. Now, she goes on to say this was the hotel room and it was just me and my 3 friends. And if it's just her and her 3 friends and someone's taking this photo, then everybody's accounted for. So who is that? What is worse is when you zoom in and you like turn your brightness up substantially, you can see it is the most harrowing face you've ever seen in your life. I don't think this is the case of like a shadow or something being cast. And actually, I mean, if this is real, this is one of the craziest pieces of paranormal footage I've ever seen. And the fact that it comes from a disposable camera as well kind of like, you know, negates the whole editing thing. I don't know. It literally looks like something out of a horror movie. My God, I feel...
Do you guys see it? It is so scary. I'm sorry. I was trying to like unmute it and like, oh god. So, okay. Alright. I'm gonna give, okay. Even though it's super scary, it definitely could be fake. It could be someone added it there, you know what I mean? Or they did it intentionally to be creepy and they just were telling people without... They said they didn't know who it was, but it was like their mom or something. But at the same time, the face is really troubling. It almost doesn't look like... Oh god, it's very, very unsettling. It just makes my skin crawl, honestly. And, I don't know, bro. I can't...
Like, this photo needs to be,
It
like, in a
definitely could be
museum
fake,
or something if it's
but
real. That's crazy, right? I'm not, like, over it.
It definitely could be fake, but it's still very scary. It's still scary nonetheless.
Acting. This is a
In my
genuinely
opinion.
crazy photo. I feel like I've seen a lot of, like, scary paranormal photos or whatever, and I've never seen one with that much detail to it. Imagine this. One night you're sitting...
Yeah, there's so much detail. It's unnerving. And it doesn't look like a regular person. It looks like it edited, like AI. I hope it is AI. I
in
hope
your
it's
living
not
room,
real,
maybe just
man.
scrolling on your phone. The
'Cause
TV
if that
is off
shit's
in front of
real,
you. And when you look up, you realize that there's the shadow of a person sitting beside you on the couch. You immediately turn to look, but nobody's there. This was an experience had by a poster going by the name of Wonder Woman 4L.
So I'm home alone, right?
I'm pretty sure we've seen this already. I've seen it already.
And I'm like, I'm going back to my room. Once again, I just got done doing laundry at my sister's. So I'm about to go put everything up home alone with my dogs. And I think it's back.
Maybe she's posting again because it happened before. What the fuck? Oh god, that's scary.
Now, this had seemed really familiar to me, so I went to her
Yeah,
page
see, I was right.
and I realized that this is still happening to her. She had a very, very similar video to this
That is
posted
so
a
creepy.
year ago. And I'm just looking at her couch, like trying to understand what this would be. It really does look like
I
the
think it could be
outline of a
fake,
person to me. It could be
but
a
it's
case of
still
pareidolia,
unsettling
which
as
is where
well.
you see human-like features in something that is not human at all. Like how in the middle of the night we can think that a coat rack looks like a scary witch. Recently, a poster named Jade stayed at an Airbnb.
I want to look at that one more time. I'm sorry.
Sisters.
Okay, so
So I'm about to go put everything up.
she's got a lot of skin showing.
Yep.
So you can see
home alone with my dogs.
You can see in the
And I think it's back.
so you can see her legs. What the fuck? I'm trying to figure out like what it just looks it is it somebody sitting there? Is it something like squatting on the I can't tell if this is like legs or like somebody's like crouching on the couch. He's just like it looks almost like it's screaming. Like I don't like this. Ooh. Again, can be faked.
Now, this had
But
seemed really
it's still
familiar to me,
creepy.
so I had a very, very similar video to this posted a year ago. And I'm just looking at her couch, like trying to understand what this would be. It really does look like the outline of a person to me. It could be a case of pareidolia, which is where you see human-like features in
I don't
something
like
that is
that.
not human at all. Like how in the middle of the night we can think that a coat rack looks like a scary witch. Recently, a poster named Jade stayed at an Airbnb, and they posted this video, "Why did you rate your Airbnb so low?" The Airbnb, and as they open the curtains, there are just locks of hair pinned to the wall. There's no
What
additional
the
explanation
fuck?
here either. This video went really
my
viral and
God.
the account never said another word on it. So hopefully this
Okay. If that's not a hoax that they did themselves, that's fucking all of these things so far. Like, if this is legit shit, it's scary.
is just a joke and some
I hope,
Airbnb
man,
owner
'cause
is not
God,
playing like the
that's so
midnight
weird.
barber. But yeah, pretty
Even
weird.
as like a prank, that is so weird. Like, or like a hoax, like they did it themselves. Like, what would compel them to? Ooh,
to say the least. This
like,
TikTok
why
is
the
why you should
hair?
never go to your storage unit alone at night.
I'm over here at the storage, and I don't know if it's me, but y'all tell me I don't see that.
What?
Oh no. I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but the f is that? Duh.
The fuck is she talking about?
I don't. Maybe I'm bugging. No, I know y'all just see that, right?
Now, there were some additional posts after this,
Oh,
and
I see it.
believe this is the case of somebody who was either being a little weird in there and didn't want to be seen and was
Yeah.
actually peeking around the corner, or more likely, to be honest with you, probably someone messing with them. But the video got 15.5 million views, so a lot of people...
Okay, so I'm gonna say if it's not a hoax that she's, her and her friend or whatever doing it, it's because shadow people are known to like peek around corners and stalk people. So like that is a legit thing that could be happening, but it also could be something scarier, which is like a human that's like stalking and planning on doing something bad to her. So like either way, it's kind of fucking creepy in my mind. Like if it's like an actual, like she caught footage of somebody like stalking her to do something, like that is very unsettling.
Were asking me about
In my
this.
opinion.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a real person, but oftentimes that can be much scarier than the ghosts.
Here, I want to run it back.
Camera video from a lot of the
I want to see if we can see it now because I didn't know where I was supposed to be looking. If I'm being honest, I was like, what am I looking at?
Pretty weird to say the least.
And I don't know if it's me, but y'all tell me I don't see that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but the is that? Duh.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's definitely.
Maybe I'm bugging.
Something stalking her.
No, I know y'all just see that, right?
It could be a person.
Now
could
there
be a
were some
shadow
additional
person.
posts after this, and I believe this
What's
is
more
the
dangerous,
case of
Gal? A shadow person or a human person? A living, breathing human. What's more dangerous, a living, breathing human or a shadow person? I guess it depends if the shadow person's trying to kill you, because then it could probably, because you could definitely like fight off a living person, maybe like if you have a gun or you're strong enough, you know. But like a shadow person that's trying to kill you, like very dangerous.
somebody who was either being a little weird. 15.5 million. Yeah, I definitely think it's a real person. A poster named Ava, captioned, "So I only have one sister, and that's her on the couch. Who is
Jesus
that
Christ.
woman?" Like most of these videos, I usually try to go to the person's account to
Oh,
see if
this is
there's
so
been any
creepy.
sort of follow-up as I film these videos.
And I'm in my
very
basement
often
alone.
what ends up happening is either the entire account will
dark.
be deleted or the person will switch their username and it's like impossible to find them. This one is one of those, so I have no idea if there was any sort of follow-up or if it was
Probably
like a
some
joke
fake
or
shit.
something, but I thought it was pretty creepy.
Still
If there was
creepy,
any
but
sort of
probably fake.
follow-up or if it was like a joke or something, is one of those, so I have no idea if there was any sort of follow-up or if it was like a joke or something, but I thought it was pretty creepy nonetheless. I may have talked about this already on stream, like from a Bizarre Bub video or something, so I apologize if you have seen it, but there's this TikToker, it's from Lace872. My sister just casually sent me this video to show me her new lights for her pool and never noticed the ghost running past the other side of the pool where my niece was standing. Now, if you watch the footage closely, you can see what looks like another person just kind of like come out of the dark and they walk across the screen. The problem with it is it almost looks like they kind of go on top of the edge of the pool as if they're like translucent.
Oh, I see it. Holy shit. My sister just casually sent me this video. Also my heat is on, I think. So you might be hearing it in the background, and if you do, apologies. It usually shuts off. Well, eventually it will shut off. My sister just casually sent me this video to show me her new lights for her pool. I never noticed the ghost running past the other side of the pool where my niece was standing. Okay, creepy. Let's watch again.
Across the screen. Another person just was standing. From Lace872. My sister just casually sent me this video to show me her new lights for her pool and never noticed the ghost running past the other side of the pool where my niece was standing. Now, if you watch the footage closely, you can see what looks like another person just kind of like come out of the dark and they walk across the screen. The problem with it is it almost looks like they kind of go on top of the edge of the pool as if they're like translucent. Neither of them reacts in the moment either. It's not like you can hear any kind of footsteps. Some people in the comments were saying it kind of looked like the person glided as well. I don't know if you see that, but it does look so weird. It literally looks like they walk in front of the niece. Like, if you really slow it down and look at it bit by bit, and then they just kind of stop and the camera doesn't pan back over. So I don't know. I'm actually very curious
I don't know
what you
how
guys
to
are going
debunk
to say
that
on
one,
this one
so-
because my gut says it's paranormal, but I guess it could be edited or something like that. I don't know. I'm so curious what you guys
it's a
have
little
to say.
harder.
Planet Panic.
I don't know if y'all know, but it is a little harder to mess with like footage if the camera's moving. Like it's moving so much, like it would, I don't know, there would be more evidence of alteration because, you know, the pixels would be really off and weird. But this looks legit to me. I don't know, y'all.
Posted a video recently captioned, "The creepiest dream I've ever had was being at a family cookout at my grandparents' house. Both are deceased. I am sitting with my grandpa and say, 'Why can't I see you anymore?' He responds, 'This is as far as they'll let me go.'" Now, I truly believe that our loved ones can visit in dreams. My dad died like, oh my God,
Dude, the
9
way
years
she
ago. That's
said,
crazy.
the way she said that was like, why is it? I feel like it's more, they made that more scary and foreboding than it was meant, should have been. It should be interpreted. I don't like that.
And I had a dream once where he and my entire family and I, we all went to Disneyland. And I look at him at one point and I'm like, "You're..."
Oh my God. Horrible time for a ad.
"Gone. Like, you're, you know, you're dead. Like, why are you here? Why are we at Disneyland or whatever?" And he told me to just enjoy it. And to this day, I'm like, did all of my family and I all go to Disneyland in our dream? Like, you know, people are going to Mall World in theirs. None of them had any recollection of it, but I thought it was pretty cool and probably not just a dream. But anyways, that's what I'm getting at. I truly think that our loved ones can come back and communicate with us in our dreams.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me. Adventure Baddie posted an abandoned bank. Wow.
I want to go to
There's
this really quick,
Disneyland or
just talk about it briefly, and then we'll continue.
And say, why?
So, this makes me think, like, it sounds foreboding, but it's not actually foreboding, because it's like, as spirits, they have limitations. Like, he can't move past this memory point or whatever. Like, maybe you're allowed one specific memory to go back to or whatever in your dream time. You get to have that moment with your loved one, right? And then, you know, you want it to keep going, but you can't because it's, you know, once you wake up, it's over. So that's the way I see this. He's locked into that dream moment. Like in this dream, time and space don't exist. But once the dream ends, it comes, you know, it all goes back to the way it's supposed to be. And spirit and the living can't communicate and be together. You know, don't have proof of this, obviously, but from my understanding of everything I've learned and know over the years, that's pretty much the way it is.
Can I see you anymore?
Until proven otherwise.
And I'm like, you're... I all go...
Also, I have experience, frankly, I think, with this, and this specifically.
That our loved ones can...
It's a beautiful memory, honestly. 10 out of 10 recommend.
In our dreams. That's just me. Adventure Baddie posted an abandoned bank. Wow. But as they zoom in, you can see what looks as if it's a person staring at them from inside the supposed abandoned bank. And you guys know that usually with like abandoned places like this,
whether that is a human being or not a human being, that is scary. I do not like it.
I'm of the mind that it's much more likely that it's a real person than something paranormal, but hey, who's to say it can't be both? Not at the same time, but you get it. If you guys want to hear about a crazy 911 call, a very creepy one at that, then go no further than this TikTok from Creepy Host Star, who talks about one of the strangest police calls in Oklahoma City of all time.
In 2008, a frantic 911 call came into the dispatchers at Oklahoma City. The caller, a woman...
I was going to say, there's a story, there's a viral story that we can cover one day if we have time. That's kind of similar to this, but it's in like North Carolina or something like that. This is, I don't know, where's Oklahoma City? Here, let me look this up. I'm American, but I'm not that American. Oklahoma. Oh, okay, it's just Oklahoma. Okay. My bad.
was screaming that she had been shot and needed help immediately. She gave her name as Sarah Martinez and provided her exact address. Police, of course, rushed right away and came over, and they found Sarah Martinez dead in her living room, shot in the chest 3 times. But here's the problem. The coroner determined that she had been dead for over 3 hours, which was before the 911 call was made. So the phone company confirmed that the call originated from Sarah's landline inside the house, and no one else was present. The doors were locked from the inside. So police reviewed the 911 tape a dozen times, and the voice matched Sarah's voicemail greeting perfectly, but it was impossible. She was already dead when the call was placed, and the case was closed as an unsolved homicide, but the 911 recording remains in the police files.
That is so weird and reminds me of that video that we went over somewhat recently where dispatch from a local police department got a call from inside of an empty funeral home, and it's just someone talking, and they went and the place was locked up and nobody was there and the owners had no kind of explanation. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. There's actually been a lot of paranormal 911 call stuff on TikTok that I don't think actually made it into this compilation. I am so behind, but we will get to those.
Yeah, there's constant shit coming out all the time. It's an incredible world we live in. But so if I had to think logically about the one we just watched, I would say if it is not legit paranormal, if I had to, be the devil's advocate, I would say it's the police or the police, they got their information or whatever wrong. Or even the coroner or whoever did the autopsy fucked up and it was wrong. And somebody didn't do their job right. And they think it's paranormal and it's not. But I'm in the camp I want to believe it's legit paranormal, but that's my skeptic brain just kind of doing its job here. Let's continue.
Soon. Loving the creepy 911 calls recently. What I do have for you is some real weird Ring camera footage. Now I know what you think when I say that, oh, ghost caught on Ring camera. No, this is something much stranger.
It's you.
What the fuck?
It's you.
What the fuck? Dude, that's so scary. What is this?
Now, that gives me chills every single time that I listen to it, and I've watched this video so many times. The poster did make an update saying Ring camera update, so I went and changed my Ring password, and nothing has happened since the original video. But I'm still very creeped out, wondering how long they were watching and what they saw, and why they...
Okay. Somebody definitely hacked that or whatever, their what, maybe they just, somebody hacked it or just figured it out and was fucking with them, and that's probably not paranormal, but it's still very fucking scary to me. I don't care if it's not paranormal, it is scary, it's real life scary, and as somebody who has 3 stalkers, that fucks me up. I'm just gonna say. As a woman, as a human being, and no siree Bob. We are not, that's too much, too scary. Trigger warning, everyone.
did it. Hopefully changing the password fixes it. Thank you to everyone that helped me with info on what to do. This account came online only to post these 2 videos and has never posted again, so it could be possible that it was a hoax, but if it was real, I don't think it would be that unlikely because things like this happen all the time. I was just watching a true crime video about a situation where a baby was being talked to through like a baby monitor, and it was like a man like calling her horrible words, this baby horrible words, and telling her to wake up. Like, this kind of stuff happens, and you have to be really careful with devices like this. If some kind of camera or whatever comes with a preset password, make sure you change it and change it regularly. Scary times we're living in, y'all. Scary times.
It's
And
real,
on that note,
bro.
there's actually this TikTok.
It's real. That's why it's so scary, because it's real. Sometimes, genuinely, I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all, real life can be so much worse than fiction. So much worse than a horror movie. And that's why I love horror and stuff like that, because it's true crime and just, I don't know, man. You gotta be tough in this world if you want to survive. That's all I'll say.
From Water Dog Pools saying that your Ring cameras may just be hacked as well. And there's some pretty important info here.
Ring has had a data breach and they are not telling people, because I had my Ring cameras hacked on May 28th. Go to your Ring app, open it up, go to the control center on the side, like hit the three lines at the, I think it's the top left, go to control center, go to authorize client devices. Go to that list. Do you have anyone that logged in on the morning of May 28th, early in the morning? Mine's like 8:57. My friends on the West Coast are like in the 5 o'clock hour. Every one of my friends that has a Ring camera has this login. If you have someone from May 28th, or you see someone on that list, your device has been compromised. You need to delete all of those off of there. Contact Ring if you want. Change your email, all of that. Because if you have someone has been watching you inside of your home since May 28th.
Oh, fuck.
That's exactly what.
Okay, can I tell you guys something really fucked up but funny? I feel like we need a palate cleanser after this, because it's too real, it's too scary. Ooh, too spooky. I told y'all my dad has a Ring camera. So I went over there like 3 times because my brother was there for like a week with my nieces. So I just was spending a lot of time with them more than usual. And I don't really remember what day it was or what was going on. I think it was the second day. I was in the front room with my brother and my dad, and maybe the kids. I don't really remember. And my dad had to fart. And usually he just lets it rip, but for whatever reason, he's like, he went outside, and the Ring camera recorded the fart, and it was like he played it for us, and it was so fucking crazy. It was like a cartoon fart. It was like something from like a fucking movie kind of fart. It was so fucking crazy. I'm like, this is my dad. This is my papa. The Red Dragon. That's a day in the life of Babylon. It's like shit like that. I don't live with him, thank God, but that's how he acts usually when I'm there. So sorry, I had to tell you. I had to share this with you. I had to tell someone. The world must know about the Red Dragon farts.
What happened to me last night? Fortunately, the person was stupid enough to text me and start harassing me through there, and then I was able to put the puzzle pieces together and say my Ring camera got hacked. But after talking to my friends, all of theirs had the same thing. So obviously Ring had a breach and they are not telling people. So open your app, Control Center, Authorized Client Devices, see what's on May 28th, because Ring is being awfully silent about this.
While I don't know much about this hacking, I do know that things like this happen all the time. I've literally heard of websites where you can just go and like see unsecure webcams and security cameras and stuff like that, all because people did not change their factory settings password. Crazy. So yeah. Just be careful out there. Recently, a TikToker
PSA,
named Sorry
everyone.
posted a video kind of asking for help more than anything because she had spent a lot of money on a very, very nice Airbnb in Italy.
I just left my Airbnb at 4 o'clock in the morning because something is going on in here and I cannot figure out what it is. I know my posts are usually funny, but this is not funny. I'm currently in southern Italy and I booked this place. It's really beautiful, a lot of character, really nice, very old. We checked in, everything was fine. And when we get back after dinner, I'm laying in the bed and I can't even get into it because I don't want to say it out loud. But I walked out into the living room where my friend was sitting and we both looked at each other and knew something was very, very wrong. Someone tell me that I'm being crazy because I don't want to insult these people's home. It's a beautiful home. But I was laying in this bed and what happened to me made me feel so sick and awful afterwards that we had to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And it's obvious that this poster doesn't really want to leave the Airbnb. It's just that something has rattled her to her core. And she wasn't comfortable, it seems, saying it in the house. So she follows it up with another post kind of going into what happened that night.
We checked into our Airbnb.
Please, I'm so confused right now. Like, look at her face.
Everything is great. This place is beautiful. We have a gift basket for us with wine and pasta. So everything's amazing. We go to dinner, we come back, it's nighttime, and I feel
I'm sorry, like, I'm like, please, can you just fucking tell us what's going on? I want to know what's going on. It's giving me anxiety, like, please.
And I don't say anything to my friend because I'm just like, grow up, you're an adult. So we're hanging out and I sleep a lot with my friend because of time. And I feel uneasy. And I don't say anything to my friend because I'm just like, grow up, you're an adult. So we're hanging out and I sleep a lot more than she does. So I was like, I'm going to go to bed. And for some reason, I just felt like I wanted to leave all the lights on. And I was like, she'll come to bed, she'll shut them off. So anyways, I'm laying there and I can't fall asleep. So I get up to go to the bathroom. And when I come out, she goes, oh my God, you scared me. I was like, I'm just using the bathroom. Is everything okay? She's like, yeah, it's fine. So I go to lay down and I'm closing my eyes. And then all of a sudden, it felt like something crawled on my sheets onto my chest and started like stabbing me. And it was like this creature hunched over on my chest. And I could move. So immediately I got up and I woke up and I was like, Lenny. And then I go into the thing and I'm like, I just had a really bad nightmare. And she's like, yeah, I feel so uncomfortable.
Her friend actually says that she had seen something go from the bathroom into the bedroom, but didn't want to freak her out, you know, thought that her mind was playing tricks.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is so horrible. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, so you could argue like, oh, she just had a paralysis demon. Obviously, it was sleep paralysis, but that doesn't explain the friend seeing something. Oh God, ooh, this is too spooky, y'all. I don't like this.
Tricks on her, just ignored it. And there's a lot more in this video. You can watch the full thing on her account. There just ended up being a lot of negative energy around this. Like, she and her friend got into a fight. She felt like she almost had the flu, like her bones hurt, you know, that deep pain.
Okay, so yeah, that... I'm not usually the person who, like, it's a demon, but that sounds like demonic shit to me. So I want to kind of go back and go through that. I'm wondering, should we maybe next time... Okay, you know, instead of going back and looking at the footage again, I think maybe the next time, next Scary Sunday, we will get the TikTok account and we'll just I'll make sure to we'll like go through the whole thing. We'll just go through the whole thing and do some analysis.
So I'm not sure what she came across there, but I think if you have that guttural of a feeling like I should not be here, trusting that is always the way to go. A TikTok.
Yeah, that in conjunction with everything else, that is your survival instinct telling you you need to shut the fuck up, you need to listen to me, you need to get out of here. And when you hear that, you better listen because you could die. Now, I'm not saying every impulse or like feeling you have is something like that, you don't know it until you experience it. And just as someone who's experienced it, just trust me, if you ever go through something like that in the future, just know you probably want to listen to that voice, and it's better that way.
Named Haunted Hangout Podcast recently posted what she believes could be a real image of the Black Dahlia, who supposedly haunts the Hollywood Biltmore Hotel.
This photo was taken by Jenny Myers-Sane, who was staying at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles. Now, the Biltmore Hotel is allegedly haunted by the spirit of Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia, who was murdered in 1947. The last confirmed sighting of Elizabeth Short before her body was found was at the Biltmore Hotel. Guests have described encountering a female spirit with pale skin, dark hair, and she's wearing either a black or gray 1940s style dress. So I'm just gonna show you now what's in this photo.
Oh, that's crazy. It kind of looks like her from far away, dude.
Let me know in the comments.
Now, I will say, normally, with grainy photos like this, I tend to say, that's just the camera doing something funky, okay? But this really does look like a person. Now, could that just be a person in the hallway? Maybe, but I kind of see it. And I don't talk too terribly often about true crime here on my channel. It is something that I actually do like watching true crime videos and documentaries and stuff, but I find that for me, when I get really, you guys know, I really, really want to get deep into topics, and I get so bummed out doing true crime. I think I am too depressed of a human being to do that in my free time. We're already barely
I just wanted to clarify a little something. I just wanted to talk about the Black Dahlia a little bit, just super briefly. I'll try not to drag it out. Very creepy though. I can totally see it. I don't know about you guys. Here, I'll even pull up what she looks like. Here. Let me get. Here we are. See? Oh shit. Hold on. Some of this might be TOS, so I'm just gonna just give me a second, okay, and I'll pull up the something that it's not, TOS. Okay. So I'm trying to find something. I think this is good enough. Hold on. Yeah, here we are. Sorry about that. This is what she looked like. This was a popular hairstyle. She wanted to be an actress. They never solved the Black Dahlia, but many people believe it was a man who. This man, I don't remember his name here. I'll pull it up. Oh shit, sorry. I think his name is Richard Howe or something. Lowe or something. Suspects and confessions here. Black Dahlia suspect. Oh, I was right here. George Hodel. He's the main one, I believe. Norman Chandler, George Hodel, George Knowlton, Jack Wilson, Jack Anderson Wilson, Patrick S. O'Reilly. Celebrity suspects. Orson Welles, Bugsy Siegel. That's funny. So a lot of people believe it's George Hodel because he was a doctor and he is a child sex abuser. Abused his own children. He had an interest in art that was familiar with the case of like the way that when they found the bodies, it resembled art of an artist that George Hodel liked, I believe. I don't think that it could have been a dramatization, but I'm pretty sure that is an accurate thing. I should touch up on this case again. We definitely can go more into it. Because George Hodel, like, his house is haunted as fuck. And his daughter and granddaughter believe that he was the one who did it. It's terribly interesting, but really fucked up. Because, like, he was just such a brutal, evil man. For multiple reasons. But here, let's look back at this. And you guys can tell me. Hold on. Oh, yeah. It almost looks like a black and white photo. Like it was from a black and white photo. Sorry. I don't know if y'all see it. I see it. In this, her hair looks longer, though. It looks like it was coming down to her shoulders. Oh, it is, see? It is. It looks like this is long enough to be shoulder length, but it's styled up here. So this looks like it grew a little bit and was styled down, or like styled differently. I see it. I don't know about you guys, but I personally see it. See, here's the head, hair, her shoulder. And you know what's actually really creepy about this? It looks like I don't know, man. It looks like she's in a dress or like a nightgown. It almost looks like it's just really unsettling. It almost looks like she's missing limbs or something. Or like half of her is normal and the other half is different. It's very, very unsettling to me personally, but let's move on. We don't want to get too bogged down here. We've been going for a while, I think. Let's see. See how long we've been going. Ooh, we've been going more than 2 hours. Ooh. I guess we should keep it pushing.
And while I haven't had exactly too much experience at the Biltmore myself, I've heard a lot of paranormal stuff. I've ever learned about it has just made me sadder. Okay. She was only 22 years old. And
yeah, it looks like a smaller woman. Like an adult woman, but young, very young.
While I haven't had exactly too much experience at the Biltmore myself, I've heard a lot of paranormal stories. So is that her in the photo? Maybe, maybe not. but it is a tragic, tragic case
I'm gonna
nonetheless. A
fast forward
TikToker
it.
named Nate recently posted this video. McConnell's Mill in Pennsylvania is rumored to host several hauntings. So let's peek inside. The mill's previous caretaker was named Mose Wharton. He moved here in 1880. It said he loved and protected this area for 30 years. Legend states that if anyone needs him, Mr. Wharton can be beckoned by the honk of a car horn, which will prompt him to appear. A gray figure materializes and will walk towards the car from the direction of where the miller's house once stood. The figure hoists a club or a bat, ready to defend the mill once more. Another story is that of another worker. Visitors who are in the park at just the right moment can sometimes observe him walking down the path to the mill, carrying his lunch bucket. He then enters the building, turns on the lights, and is heard to scream while he relives a horrifying moment when he was fatally injured. For many years, folklore has told the tale of a little girl in a car accident near the covered bridge. It is said that if one parks in the center of the bridge at night, turns their headlights off, then honks 3 times, the eerie child will be prompted to appear in the rearview mirror. However, she disappears before anyone can turn around to look at her. Have you visited this park? I have not, but once again, I feel as though my list of haunted places just grows larger by the day. Haunted Mill is a cool one. You know, you hear about a haunted hotel, perhaps a haunted house, but they got like acres to play on, y'all. I don't blame these ghosts for being a little bit loud sometimes. I love haunted history, so I'll be trying to find more of these types of videos over the Halloween season. You guys are familiar with the Denver airport and all of its crazy conspiracies, right? I've flown in and out of there a couple of times, and I will say that Lucifer, the creepy horse, is quite the sight. But a TikToker named Nick Hinton said one time I was at the Denver airport, the largest airport in North America, and infamous Illuminati doomsday bunker, and I kept hearing this weird stuff.
The immediate threat to this area.
What the fuck?
And while there didn't ever seem to be any sort of explanation for this, one poster said, "You're in Terminal A. People from Denver know Terminal A is cursed." Denver Airport is literally never living down the haunted allegations.
I'm
There is
sorry,
an
I
entire
need to
sector
run
of
that
TikTok
back. I
that
gotta
talks
hear
about
what it
crime
said.
The immediate threat to this area.
And while there didn't ever seem to be any sort of explanation for this,
Okay, they're saying it's haunted or cursed. Either one, yes, that's what's happening, or somebody's fucking with this guy. They literally might just fuck with people to keep those stories going and keep people scared, honestly.
one poster said, "You're in Terminal A. People from Denver know Terminal A is cursed." Denver Airport is literally never living down the haunted allegations. There is an entire sector of TikTok that talks about crime scene cleanups, some more professionally and kinder than others, but there's this one account. It's called BDR Crime and Bio Cleanup. And in a recent video, as they are going through the home of what they say is an unattended death, they catch something a lot of people are saying may be paranormal on camera.
I got a call about unattended death. Let's see what's going on in here today. Signs of a pit. Dog bed. You know, this house right here is cleaner than a lot of these houses that we walk into. Ooh.
Oh, did you hear that? I heard it.
Oh my. Ooh. I don't know about that.
Something was saying turn around to them.
Okay, well, this is going to be a job.
As soon as you hear someone whisper, "Check the floor," the person turns the camera and you see the crime scene that they are there to
Bro,
clean up.
I heard him say turn around. What the fuck? Hold up. This is crazy. I gotta run that back. I'm sorry.
They say is an unattended death. They catch something a lot
Hold
of
on,
people are
I'm
saying.
gonna do it normal speed this time. Finally, we get to something good.
Maybe paranormal on camera.
We got a call about an unattended death. Let's see what's going on in here today. Signs of a pit. Dog bed. You know, this house right here is cleaner than a lot of these houses that we walk into. Ooh.
Ooh, that's creepy. It sounded like.
Ooh.
It sounded like check something, but it also sounds like turn around.
Oh.
Out of abundance of caution and respect for the deceased, I have chosen to censor the decomposition scene on the floor. Yeah, I respect that. Thank you. I don't know if Loey wrote this or whatever. Whoever wrote this, thank you. I don't want to see that shit.
Oh my. Ooh. I don't know about that. Okay, well, this is going to be a job.
As soon as you hear someone whisper, check the floor, the person turns the camera and you see the crime scene that they are there to clean up. Now, there's nobody there, of course, but yeah, I thought that was really weird. And at first, when I saw people commenting about it, I was like, oh, he's breathing kind of loud into the camera, and maybe they just like hear.
It was definitely somebody saying something, but it didn't sound like either of those guys. It sounded like somebody else in there. There's nobody in there without besides them. Unless they put that shit in there, I don't know.
Something in his breath, but you can hear what sounds like another voice saying, check the floor. Clear as day. And this certainly isn't something that this account has done before, like some sort of paranormal thing. So I don't think it's an act or it's edited or anything.
Yeah.
I think this might be a real paranormal video of someone telling them where to look. Kennedy June recently posted a video on TikTok saying, I'm home alone. I noticed something weird when I got out of the shower.
Oh,
it looks like someone just dried their hands on this sweatshirt, and it does. It looks like someone just, you know, wiped their...
Oh my god, that is so... Dude. That is way too scary. That's way too... Like, see, like, I appreciate Loey because, like, some of these are legitimate paranormal, and then some of these are just legitimately scary in real life. Because, like, what if that's a human doing that? There's a human, like, oh god. Human men are the scariest creatures on earth, I swear to god. I'd rather deal with a demon than a man. Or evil man, evil, terrible man. Like, oh my god. I'm talking Andrew Tate, Ted Bundy, Gacy type.
I'm home alone. I noticed something weird when I got out of the shower. It looks like someone just dried their hands on this sweatshirt, and it...
If that wasn't her and she's being truthful, oh my god.
It looks like someone just, you know,
not paranormal, but scary as fuck.
Now, she says, I had only gotten out
Change your locks,
and grabbed
bitch.
my towel at this point. Didn't touch anything else. The part that freaked me out the most was how quickly it was drying, meaning it probably just happened. Girl, WTF. And honestly, babe, I've got no idea. I would say maybe some sort of like water splashing on it, but it really is drying very, very quickly. And it does look like someone just took their hand and wiped it on
I feel like
there.
she
So
would
if
have known
nobody
if
else
that was her.
there, then who did it? Another paranormal photo, this time from a TikToker named Georgie, who says, I don't believe in the paranormal, but this picture of me at 9 when I went ghost hunting still haunts me. It has eyes. And I have a lot of questions about this, okay? I thought you can see what looks like two eyes there in the camera. Now there is like a glare coming off of the flashlight, which is pointing at the camera. So it could be that. I thought there was a third eyeball in her arm next to the flashlight, but it turns out it's probably just a can. Those really do look like eyes, and it's very strange. Not like her eyes. I don't know how
Holy
that could
shit.
be possible.
I just noticed it. Oh my god. Oh god. Gee, what the fuck? Hold on. I'm looking on my phone. Dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it could be fake, but it's so old. I guess it could be an artifact, like, in the camera. But, I don't know, bro. It looks so meme-like. It looks like the eyes of the paperclip guy. The paperclip guy that's always trying to help you when you're in Microsoft Word. And, like, he looks like he's... But this... It's like his body's missing, and you can only see his eyes. And he's, like, trying to riz you up here. It's very creepy. I don't like it.
I don't know how that could be possible, but then again, I feel like I have seen the weirdest stuff in old photos, like printed
It definitely
photos.
could be fake. It definitely could be artifact, but it's still weird as fuck.
And people always
Either
have an
way.
explanation for it. Like, there's this photo for my baptism. This is crazy. There's this
My
photo for
baptism?
my baptism where the father of my
What are the chances she's Italian? Should we do a poll? What is the chances Louis is Italian?
my church, his head is on
Italian or Mexican?
fire. And it has truly been one of the crazy. I will try so hard to find this. I probably am
Wait,
not
what
going
did
to be
this
able to.
bitch just say? Sorry, I mean that respectfully.
My baptism, where the father of my church, his head is on fire. And it has truly been one of the crazy. I will try so hard to find this. I probably am not going to be able to. But it is one of the craziest photos I've ever seen in my life. His head is on fire. And my mom always tells me, no, there was something behind him. And I'm like, girl.
Hold up. Let me read that. I was so intent looking at the picture. I missed this part. Hold up.
There's not a whole, but it is one of the craziest.
I couldn't find it, but bonus pic of me and my dad from that day. The other pic would have been taken in roughly the same spot. And you can see there's no flame or anything. I don't know. This looks like an Italian man. He's Italian, Mexican, or Lebanese. He's got something going on. He's look at this. He's look at her mouth. She looks funny here. I wish we could ask her, like, are you Italian? I'm gonna hold on. Out of curiosity, are you Italian? Just wondering. Thanks. Hold on. Isn't this wonderful content? You like that? Okay.
These photos I've ever seen in my life. His head is on fire. And my mom always tells me, no, there was something behind him. And I'm like, girl, there's not a whole freaking fire behind Father so-and-so at my baptism.
It was
wasn't
like
just like a
the
little
burning
flicker
bush,
of a
but it
candle,
was
okay?
his head.
But I feel like I see
The
things
bush
like
was
that all
on
the
his
time
head.
where, like, I don't know, people might explain it away and it can be the creepiest stuff. Is that not the craziest
Ooh,
thing
my
you've
eyes
ever
freaking
heard?
out.
That's the really haunted church that I grew up in, by the way, if you were like around for my earliest paranormal
Oh
stories
yeah, another thing.
that I talk about.
Churches are haunted. Nowhere is safe. Even the churches are haunted.
All the time. Crazy stuff was going on there for sure. I have another one of my videos talking about TikTok creators that actually you should watch their videos alone coming up very soon. But I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out here to my girl CV Nella. Monse is one of my favorite creators of all time. She's a very dear friend of mine, and I love that she covers Spanish horror videos and just hauntings that happen in Mexico. There are videos from all over the internet that I would have normally missed because I don't speak the language, but she really breaks things down for her audience. And there was a recent situation that got kind of weird.
Let's talk about one of the creepiest videos on the internet right now. The Mano video. You guys will not stop sending me this, so let's talk about it. On July 6th, 2025, user Victor Choque77 would upload a video that would terrify its viewers. As in the video that now stands at almost 7 million views, you'd see Victor driving and doing this. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? People in the comments would then ask if that's a real hand. I have chills. I'm a little bit scared. Some people doing some crazy theories, like this person said, looking through his videos, he's either on an unaliving spree or he unalived his wife, and
Oh
that's
my
her
God.
hand. That's kind of crazy. But listen, guys, I did a little bit of a deep dive. And aside from this guy publicly just stating that he wants to be in a nice relationship, I think he's in one now. I'm not sure. I think
I'm so
that's a
scared and
fake hand.
confused.
Let's think about it, right? Like, it would be rotting at this point. Right? I'm pretty sure that's like a mano que agarras para hacerte las uñas, you know, and to like practice. He installed it on his truck. Now, is that in itself creepy? Yeah, I think so. That looks horrifying. Do I think this is real?
It looks
No.
real.
But do I think this is creepy? Yeah.
And while I think this was a case of someone trying and succeeding at being fairly creepy, I don't think this was a real hand. I hope not, at least, unless, like
Oh,
she said,
please,
Smiley all around the
God, I hope
documentary.
it's not.
Now, this next video, a lot of you have probably seen at this point. It's of this woman's house, and she's just recording while her drawer in her kitchen opens and slams shut over and over and over again.
Oh shit, hold on.
Now, this was a quick video, and a lot of
Damn
people
it.
said, girl, that's a poltergeist. Like, you really
Well, I
need to get your
can't-
house cleansed.
my
This is
God.
not something to play around with. She was liking a lot of those
Nothing is going right for me right now. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say that shit is funny to me. I don't know why, but it's funny. It's amusing to me. It is very amusing.
Those comments, but also a lot of people were trying to kind of explain it away. And I think she did her best to try to dispel everyone's debunking.
So for everyone in question about the drawer and cabinet opening on its own, one, my kids were in bed, my husband was at work. We do not have any animals, we don't have a cat, dog, fish.
This woman looks familiar. I wonder if she's gone viral for something else. If she's gone viral for something else, and then she's doing this, it's definitely fake.
Go for nothing, right?
She looks like one of those white women who would do that.
So, I'm gonna show you the cabinet in the drawer and where the fan was the other night. I was sitting on the couch watching TV. Kids in bed, husband's at work. You know, this starts happening for maybe 50, 60 seconds, and then I start videoing. So the fan's here. It's blowing this way, across the top of the cabinet. Cannot feel the airflow down here. If you come right here, you open the drawer. Okay, and everybody was talking about the light. Well, the light going into it, we have a light right here above it. Okay, so the light from it
that doesn't
was
make
that light right there.
sense.
So you have to open it. You really have to push to close it.
I don't think
Okay,
a fan
so
would
let's open
do
it to
that.
kind of where it was the other night.
I've never heard of a fan doing
Bump
that.
it, bump it. It's not going.
No
Unless you sign
offense
it.
to anyone.
So it was
who-
like the other
I'm
night,
try- I'm
right?
trying
And
not
this
to
seems
be a
weird
dickhead.
because the logical explanations aren't explaining anything, and it's not.
But that's not logical. Why would a... Sorry. I got a little upset there. I'm sorry. It just does not make sense, and it kind of bothers me that there's anybody being like, well, it was the fan. The fan did it. I've just never seen that shit. I don't know.
Doing it by itself otherwise. So is there something that I'm missing here, or is this truly a case of an incredibly haunted home? Because right now, I'm leaning towards the latter. It doesn't seem like there are any more videos on the situation, but I will be keeping up with this creator just in case she has more to say. This next video is what nightmares are made out of. It's from a poster named Miss G Teaches, and one day she gets a text from her dad that says, "I spit on your grave." Out of character from her father, she says, "What?"
So I texted back this morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is what his text messages show. Like, this is me saying that. I sent a question mark. But this is where...
Okay, this is a little creepy. Wait, what?
The I spit on your grave would come from him. It's not there. So I'm like, oh my god, he's messing with me. Like, he's trying to trick me. So we're going back and forth. And he's like, are you messing with me? I was like, no. Like, there's no way for me to make that text come up. Are you messing with me? He's like, no. I'm like actually scared. Like, is someone planning to kill me? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna catch him in the act and like show him on my MacBook that he actually sent me that. These are my MacBook texts. There's no I spit on your grave from him.
This just makes no sense to me. I really don't have an explanation for it. I actually think this is one of the more disturbing videos I've ever seen come across my TikTok For You page because I have literally nothing. It is so weird. But someone also said in the comments, once I got a text from my mom saying, open your window, so I did. No one was out there. I go to my mom's room and she was still asleep and the text didn't show on her phone.
Okay. There's a few explanations. One, it's paranormal entities trying to communicate via the phone. Two, a person hacked the phone or has access to your shit. Either one of those is so creepy, and that's why, like, I hate and love these things that she's post, all these TikToks we're reacting to or whatever. Like, whether it's paranormal or not, it's fucking scary.
So maybe there's some sort of weird hacking thing that people can do to totally spoof a number. I know that's not the most unheard of thing. The thing that's like messing with my mind is it being in your text conversation that you already have with the real person, you know? Really weird. And I think honestly maybe the scariest video in this compilation, but we still got a ways to go. I have said that despite my using them before, I can be somewhat skeptical from time to time about these ghost spirit box apps that you can
And then
get on
it's
your
like,
phone.
how do you prove it? And what do you do? Do you go to the police? Like, the cops will just be like, I don't know what you fucking want me to do. Leave me alone, weirdo. You're probably crazy. You know that's what they would say, bro.
Recently, however, a TikToker going by Watt's Life posted an experience that she had that seems incredibly real.
Oh, what are you gonna do? What's the problem, my spooky little friend? Look over there. Oh god. Where? Give us a sign that you're here. Jump. Are you about to make me jump? Jump scare! Did I scare you? Two can play this game.
It's coming.
All right. Bring it on. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! The picture frame just fell off the wall. The picture frame just fell off the wall. What?
The GhostTube app literally told her what was coming before it happened. So this one in particular, I look at and I'm like, that probably is paranormal. The fact that there was something that happened in real life that coincided with what was happening on the app, I'm more prone to believe that.
If it wasn't a
so,
hoax,
I don't know, maybe it is the same thing as spirit
because
boxes. I actually am so curious. Question of the day. Have you used one of those spirit...
I don't think people would hack a ghost app. Hacking a ghost app seems kind of silly. You would just probably hack somebody's phone or something instead.
Box apps on your phone, and if so, have you had a weird experience? Let me know. A TikTok user named Chili Supporter said, throwback to when I was recording my neighborhood cat and saw this. And as they go from recording the neighborhood cat, panning upwards, you can see what looks like a dark shadow just standing there in the middle of the street, and then it kind of walks away out of frame. And while I was ready to just pass this off as another little internet hoax, this person kind of seems to be going along with their own ARG on their account. Here's another video. It's not moving, but it's closer than before, and it seems as though they're being haunted by this figure. So I'll have them listed down below, along with everybody that I talked about in today's video, but I will be keeping an eye on that and seeing if anything else really weird happens. Speaking of creepy shadows, a TikToker named Olivia recently posted a video of seeing like this shadow thing on camera. I think my neighbor and I saw a ghost at the same time. And you can see in this clip, it looks like there's like this weird shadow. The neighbor kind of comes out of his house too, you know, is like looking over and then goes back in.
Okay guys, my neighbors aren't home, but as you can see, there's no Halloween decoration. So it wasn't that. So my neighbors are home, and I sprinted out of the shower so that I could go ask them what they saw. I don't know if some of you guys are gonna like the answer they gave me. I like the answer they gave me. They're actually filming a short horror film, and they have the perfect house and perfect location to do so, so I don't blame them. They just forgot to warn us beforehand. They said they were going to and then forgot.
I had a weird mic problem that literally only happened when talking about this video, which is strange.
They were
shadow. The neighbor kind of comes out of his house too, you know, is like looking over and then goes back in.
Okay guys, my neighbors aren't home.
Shadow thing on camera. I think my neighbor and I saw a ghost at the same time. And you can see in this clip, it looks like there's like this weird shadow. The neighbor kind of comes out of his house too.
That's
my neighbor.
crazy.
I don't know if some of you...
Oh yeah, so I do also think a lot of there's like certain experiences they can be debunked by stuff like this. Like people are filming something and other people don't know about it, and they report what they witnessed and they think it's paranormal and it's not. Like that shit probably does happen, but it doesn't account for all these stories. And, also, like, I also think people just like fucking with people and like pretending, because it's really easy to fuck with superstitious people, or if you're religious, you just say a couple words and the person's terrified, or you know, it's really easy to pull a fast one on people, unfortunately. That's why all this content and all these TikToks and shit do so well, because everybody loves it.
They gave me. I like the answer they gave me.
Eats it up.
They're actually
We
filming
eat it
a
up.
short horror film, and they have the perfect house and perfect location to do so, so I don't blame them. They just forgot to warn us beforehand. They said they were going to and then forgot.
I had a weird mic problem that literally only happened when talking about this video, which is strange.
Oh,
But
shit.
I wanted to say that's literally like the coolest possible outcome, right? Now I want to see this short horror film so badly. No ghost in the end, which is why I love including videos like this where we have an answer and it's, you know, nice and satisfying and wrapped up into a pretty little bow, but
Yeah.
still a really crazy situation. And in the end, just some cool neighbors, and she's pretty cool herself.
In a sea of truly terrifying ghost stories, we do always love to hear a positive experience. Now, there is this gorgeous, amazing poster. Her name is Taryn. As she's posting this video, she had moved into this beautiful home just a couple of weeks prior. It was built in 1791, very old home, and she says in this video she can no longer deny that it is haunted.
8 days ago, I was in the shower and I took off my wedding ring thinking, I don't want to drop this down the drain, let me take my wedding ring off. But of course, I dropped the wedding ring as I was taking it off, my wedding band to be specific. And I heard it tink, I heard it hit the ground, but before I could grab it, it was gone. And I realized very quickly it had gone down the drain. I was so sad. I didn't want to believe that it went down the drain, so the first thing I did was I turned the water off, I got on my hands and knees, and I touched every inch of the bottom of the shower because it has a tile on it. It has a design that might have made it hard to see a ring, although it's the band. And I touched all the bottom of the shower, and it was certainly not there.
When this ring goes down the drain, I mean, she is just devastated. And she is getting every ounce of help that she can. Her father-in-law comes over with a special tool. He can't get the ring out. They call out a plumber. Like, a plumber is made for this stuff. He can't get the ring out. And so, it seems like all hope is lost for her ring. Until this happens.
Today is my wedding anniversary. Last night, my husband and I opened a bottle of wine and we watched our wedding video, and then we slow danced to our wedding song in the living room. And I remember noting if there are any ghosts in this house. By the way, I talk to the house all the time because I believe in ghosts. If there are any like ghosts or spirits here, I hope that it's like nice for them to watch our love story unfold. I don't know, I thought it was sweet. This morning, today, my husband goes, T. I said, what? He said, your wedding band is just sitting on the floor of the shower. He goes, it's been there the whole time. What? How'd we miss that? Because we didn't! Because the house gave it back. Thank you.
And as someone who lives in a nearly 100-year-old house, she is turning the big 90.
So, some people would be like, no, it's, you know, that's not paranormal. That's not what happened. I don't believe it. And I totally understand, but I understand also why she believes that, so. And I kind of agree. And frankly, you would be surprised what a little bit of thanks and gratitude does. The spirits and all the everybody, they like being thanked. They need it. They don't get thanked enough, so when you do it, they really appreciate it.
89 next year. I can honestly say this is completely
Oh, this counts for your ancestors too, so it's always a good idea to thank them.
true. If you are kind
If you have good ones, at least.
to the house, if you are grateful to the house and to the spirits that reside in it, they will often be friendly right back. You guys know I have a personal house ghost. His name is Paul. He's a hoot and a holler, and he asks for milk every single time that I talk to him, and every single time I give him a shot glass of milk, and something good will happen to me. Usually I'll find like my keys when I've lost them for a week or, you know, something like that. So
See,
this doesn't
that's
surprise
funny
me, but
as
this was one of my
fuck. I
favorite
love
videos
that.
in this video because I just felt like it's such an accurate representation of like if you're a spiritual person, if you're in tune with this kind of stuff, what it's like to live in an old house. Sometimes it is, you know, spooky scaries and like seeing shadows out of the corner of your eye and stuff, but also sometimes it's really sweet. Recently, a TikToker named R.A. Campbell went viral for posting this. Throwback to when I worked alone as a night security guard at a haunted mall.
We're almost done here, thankfully. It's dragging out a bit.
That's a store display that's only triggered by motion. I'm alone.
This is also giving me a crazy fear. I feel like now I'm gonna go to Mall World in my dreams.
Mall World. I'm trying to decide how I want to end this. I think, yeah. Just give me, I'll figure it out.
And dream of being a security officer, having a panic attack over disembodied screaming. Also, I know Mall World. We're going to talk about Mall World soon. Don't worry. I've just been so freaking busy. Did you know that the haunted Hotel Gettysburg has its own TikTok account? Well, they posted this video. POV, you work at Haunted Hotel Gettysburg, and you can see a luggage rack just wheel itself on in, and both of the girls at the front desk just go, like they're literally in a reality TV show. The list of haunted locations groweth, I guess. So this TikToker named Lindsay, they get a box in the mail and they say, should I be concerned? I just got mailed this. And it's a stick covered in hair. Scary, right? Okay, it's from Weapons. You guys watch Weapons yet? I think it might be my favorite horror movie of the year so far. And you guys know horror movies are a pretty substantial part of my job. I watch a lot of them, and Weapons was so freaking good. If you haven't seen Weapons, this is just going right over your head, but I was like, that's actually quite creative. Maybe I'll do an Aunt Gladys cosplay for Halloween. Wait, that would kind of be iconic. Oh my god, should I do Aunt Gladys for Halloween? Anyway, this segment of the video is just to remind you that I see every single thing you tag me in, okay? Where this person says to the entity, now don't be shy, show yourself, and then suddenly there's a big cloud of smoke. Oh my god, there's a ghost. I know what you're saying about me. This one also made me laugh pretty hard. July 27th, 2025, a ghost appears in a deserted location. The footage has not been edited. View at your own risk. Adorable. Well, you guys, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
There's a ghost. I know what you're saying about me. This one also made me laugh pretty hard. July 27th, 2025, a ghost appears in a deserted location. The footage has not been edited. View at your own risk. Adorable. Well, you guys.
That's awesome. Okay. I'm just going through stuff and deciding what we're gonna finish up with. What do you think, y'all? Bro, what the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a second to figure this out. BRB. Alright. I figured out what we're gonna do. I got 2 more for you, and then we're calling it. They're not very long, but they should be good. One is... I wanted to do more of a blind react, because I really enjoyed the last thing we did with Loey's content. So this will be Haley Reese. And I'll probably have to debunk some of it, because I have a feeling she's not gonna... She might be milking it a little bit. We'll see. I'll be honest. And then we're gonna end it with some Bob, because I love me some Bob. Okay. Let's continue. Here we are. Alright, hold on to your underwear. I'll sub to Haley too. She's pretty cool. I like her. She always has pretty good content, even if it's silly. It's still good. She's good content creator. 10 out of 10 recommend. Oh shit, sorry. That sounds crazy. I am so sorry. It was going fast and it sounded awful. Start that over.
Hi, my angels. It's Haley Reese, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so beyond grateful that you are here, and I really do hope that you're having an absolutely incredible morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Today's video is one that I am really looking forward to diving into with you here on my channel, as this video has come so highly requested, and understandably so. Missing kids, panicked parents, and mysterious ice cream trucks late at night. Something isn't right. But what's the truth behind it all? Today, we're exploring exactly that, and a reality that goes far deeper than you could even imagine. Now, before we get into today's video, I do just quickly want to remind you that I'm uploading a new video every single day. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah,
and with all of that being said,
she's awesome.
it's time to explore the dark side of our world and the unexplainable late night ice cream trucks.
Please keep safe and stay alert.
I hope this isn't AI. This better not be AI here.
If you see an unmarked ice cream truck at night, do not approach. Trust your intuition. I repeat,
She could definitely afford
never approach the masked man, and always report suspicious vehicles.
You hear it before you see it. The familiar tune that brings memories of your childhood as it rings. Kids go running, laughter can be heard, and there's a cheerful echo of summer all around. One that could only mean one thing: the ice cream truck is near. For decades, these rolling dessert machines have brought smiles to children's faces and sparked nostalgic joy in adults. Now, for me personally, as a kid, I loved nothing more than running out my grandparents' door at the sound of the ice cream man to get my whole family ice cream. And as I've got older, Tyler's local ice cream truck became an anniversary tradition of ours. If I'm not mistaken, actually, it might have been our first or second anniversary that had the ice cream truck at the center of it. So needless to say, the ice cream truck has been a family staple for as long as we can remember. But lately, it's gained a new level of popularity for a disturbing and unnerving reason. Now, this all started when eerie and unsettling ice cream truck encounters started to surface online. Now, the first reports seemed harmless enough. A Reddit thread here, a TikTok clip there, where people were sharing these odd encounters with...
I'm not saying much because honestly, she hasn't said anything that's wrong or incorrect thus far. So carry on.
Their local ice cream trucks. But then more and more of them came forward, and it started to become far more sinister than just a coincidence. Now, one of the first things that was reported was the strange timing of it all. Trucks were showing up late at night, long after kids had gone to bed, playing their music at half speed, or even just sitting there in total silence. Now, this caught people's attention pretty quickly. I mean, it didn't make sense for an ice cream truck to be out in the middle of the night playing its off tune and yet not selling any ice cream. Not to mention that the music was meant to draw children in, and at the late and early hours between midnight and 4 a.m., well, children are meant to be fast asleep and safe in bed. And this wasn't just an isolated experience either. It seemed like there was a rise in these off-hour ice cream truck encounters, and that started to leave people feeling really unsettled. But the reports didn't stop there. They kept coming, and things only got stranger. People described seeing ice cream trucks parked in the same spot for hours, engine running, lights off, further sharing that the drivers didn't look right at all. Some were reported wearing masks that just covered their faces, while others were wearing eerier and far more disturbing masks. Then there were others that were sat with their engines running, lights on, and yet no actual driver in sight. In more than a few cases, people investigated further and learned that the trucks weren't even selling any ice cream. So the trucks had no menu and no prices. They were just an ice cream truck exterior with dark and tinted windows and this slow, ominous, looping jingle. Now, when you really sit back and think about this and picture yourself in the shoes of those people, this is absolutely traumatizing. Imagine it's after midnight.
Okay, that's a little much, Haley. I agree it's fucked up and crazy, but traumatizing? I don't know, man. Unless they actually tried to grab you or something, then I wouldn't say it's traumatizing. It's creepy and fucking weird, but traumatizing, no. It's a little
neighborhood
much.
is quieted down for the night.
Going a little farther.
And you begin to hear this slow and eerie jingle of the ice cream truck. And yet when you look out the window, you realize that there's no customers, no license plate, and it's just a masked driver watching you. It really sounds like a horror movie, doesn't it? But there have been countless experiences surfacing online that say otherwise, that say this is very real and is happening all over. There's endless videos with millions of views, and yet everyone's...
Okay, so, like I said, some of it is a hoax and can be debunked, you know. The people making content about it are the ones doing it, right? But then there's some, like, that haven't been explained. And I'm hoping that's what she's talking about.
Asking the same question. Who is driving these trucks? And why are they showing up at the hours when no one is buying ice cream? It sounds like it should be some sort of collective paranoia, but these experiences are cause for concern and should be taken seriously. When we examine the world of ice cream trucks, there is a dark history.
See, now this sounds kind of like fear porn, and I'm not super digging this right now. I mean, she's not, like, wrong, but, like, I don't know. I'm not digging the vibe
within it. For an example, in 2019, the NYPD uncovered a ring of trucks with far more than just frozen treats. Packed between the popsicles was a whole lot of illegal drugs. And that too was far from an isolated incident.
Wait, what?
With far more than just frozen treats. In 2019, the NYPD uncovered a ring of trucks with far more than just frozen treats. Packed between the popsicles was a whole lot of illegal drugs. And that too was far.
One, who cares about that? Two, what does that have to do with this? I don't think that's related, dude.
From
What
an
the fuck?
isolated incident, more ice cream trucks than you would
Haley.
think have been caught operating without permits, hiding illegal goods, and evading inspection. And a quick Google search really just adds to that concern. For an example, in North Carolina, the police charged a man for using an ice cream style van to lure and assault children. Authorities said the vehicle had popsicle imagery that was used.
What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb. And I'm gonna say just because this one fucking freak in North Carolina did this, doesn't mean there's other people doing the same in the country. I'm just saying. Like, even if we go with the conspiracy theory that there's some weird shit going on, obviously, like there's regular people running an ice cream truck, and then there's maybe nefarious people too. But I don't know. It's all very sussy.
Used to commit crimes against minors. In Massachusetts, there was a case where a teenage girl reported a truck marked just ice cream stopped and tried to talk to her when she walked home alone. Police investigated and described the situation as suspicious, which it is. But looking further, there are countless cases involving the endangerment and harm of minors from Australia to Scotland and all across America, where at the center of it all was an ice cream truck. So people do have a right to be weary. But then it gets even deeper with the viral videos that claim in Virginia the ice cream trucks are involved in child abductions. This theory runs deep, and you can go down that rabbit hole, but I do want to note the Virginia State Police explicitly denied those claims, saying they had no evidence to support them. However, back in early August of 2025, so this past August, a wave of alarming posts began appearing across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms, claiming that dozens of children were going missing in Virginia, some saying as many to 50 to 100.
Okay, this is where I gotta stop. This is where I gotta stop in and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'm gonna say fortunately, because nobody wants children to go missing, right? That's not a thing anybody wants. That's not a freak, right? This this has been debunked actually by another content creator I follow. We actually covered it in one of the last reaction streams. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that, but she went into this and debunked a lot of it. A lot of it is just fear-mongering, fear porn. People reading stats and not understanding things. They don't understand about Amber Alerts or whatever. Basically, yes, kids are being going missing. It is an issue all over the country. That being said, specifically in Virginia, there's not some other similar issue going on. Like, it's the same as in all the other states, right? There's like a danger to children all over the country. It's not just located in one area or another. It's everyone, everywhere is doing everything, right? But the fear mongering, the fear porn will tell you it's only in Virginia, and they're specifically going after kids in Virginia, and it's like, no, it's just the regular amount of kids going missing is happening. But people are been misinformed about it and running with it. Yeah, if she knew better, she would have looked more into it. And I respect Haley a lot, but I have to call balls and strikes. I'm just saying.
Kids had vanished in over a week.
You have a right to know the truth, is all I'm saying.
Emphasizing that no Amber Alerts have been issued, heightening suspicion that something sinister was in fact being covered up. Now, this paired with the sudden appearance of videos showing all these ice cream trucks driving through communities in the middle of the night from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. with their music playing, lights on, windows dark, and signage unclear, raised suspicions. To many viewers, it looked creepy, and quickly these trucks became a central figure in the rumors. What if they were being used to lure children? Now, when we take a look at online data, it shows that during the time period of August 3rd...
See when it's frustrating? Now she's citing data, but it's like she didn't bother to look up the shit about Virginia. Like, what the fuck?
And August 9th, 2025...
Like, no offense, with peace and love, but it's kind of crazy.
88 children were reported missing. Now, this number sounds super high, and I mean, it definitely is, but it is said to be below Virginia's weekly average of about 98.
Yeah. See, like, she's even, like, debunking it. Like, you have the information. Why are you going along with
missing.
this?
And it was said that many
You
of
have the data. Why are you going along with this fear-mongering? It doesn't make sense.
Cases did involve runaways who returned home or were otherwise located. Amber alerts or other missing children alerts weren't issued in most cases because legal criteria wasn't met, as there was no evidence of forced abduction, no sign that the kids were in any imminent danger, and often insufficient verified information to send out public.
See, what's frustrating is she's got all these details, but she's still got the Virginia shit
alerts. Now, regarding the ice cream trucks, the Virginia State Police did state they had no evidence connecting any ice cream truck to missing child cases. No investigations were underway involving such trucks in relation to...
Oh, I wanted to say something. Originally, I wanted to cover another video that is about sex trafficking, and I just wanted to inform people a little bit more, you know what I mean? But we don't have time, obviously. But that being said, I just wanted to add this before I forget. Like I said, there's sex trafficking happening all over the country. I doubt there is a single state that isn't touched by that. There are rings, and then there's rings connected to rings. And I don't think people realize that, like, cops, a lot of police officers are doing this. So that's a lot of the main reason it's not stopping. It's because who's going to stop it? The people doing it? No. You have to stop those people first so they can't stop the investigation or whatever. People don't realize how bad it is. They think, oh, I just gotta look out for the scary old guy who's out there or whatever. No, man, it's a cop. It's a cop, and then if it's not a cop, it's somebody you know, your friend or family member. And it's bad. Just don't trust anyone, is what I'm trying to say. Not even cops. If you're with family or a friend or anyone, even a police officer, and you feel something is wrong, trust your gut. Reach out to somebody. Just make sure you get out of that situation alive. That's the main thing you gotta do. If you can do that, you'll be okay.
To these disappearances. Now,
and that is advice for every single person who's listening to this. Anyone can use that advice, even a kid.
I do feel it's important to include that Virginia reports all missing children cases to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, including runaways, which does drive the number up compared to some other states. There are many theories, though, circulating with the idea that the missing children and their link to the ice cream trucks is being covered up. There are some people going as far as to include the fact that in their theory...
So the main reason I just went on that rant was to say if this ice cream truck thing is a real thing, it's likely the cops or somebody working for the government doing it. And that also could be why it's being covered up. If there's any truth to this, that is, it's all speculation. I don't know if there's anything else. I think that's it.
Police cover-ups are at the center of it all. But again, no solid evidence has supported that or has been...
Oh, and just like the Bigfoot stories we were listening to a few streams ago or whatever, the cops don't want to do their job, dude. Can you imagine all the things that get swept under the rug that don't get acknowledged or dealt with, and the media doesn't know and nobody else knows because the cops are burying it? I'm telling you, it's really bad, and it's probably way more than most people think. Like, from anything from sex trafficking to murder to drugs to terrorist attacks, like anything, man. I'm telling you, like, it's the corruption with this police. It runs very deep, and it's not just money. It's like power, access. It's a lot.
Been brought forward. However, the disturbing ice cream truck sightings have continued to grow. One user on Reddit claimed that they were walking their dog around 11 p.m. when an ice cream truck turned onto their street. It had no lights, but the music was blaring. He waved as the driver passed, but received no reaction until the ice cream truck drove back around the block toward him again. This person grabbed their dog and quickly ran, but didn't feel right about it. Another TikTok user claimed that they too found a terrifying ice cream truck and could actually hear the cries of someone inside it.
Oh
but
my
apparently
God.
the driver had taken off before they could call police.
Okay, that's either fucking fake or real, and that scares the shit out of me. Oh my God.
There are many people who claim they were
Nightmare
lured
fuel.
towards these sketchy ice cream trucks with the promise of free ice cream. In some videos stating that they were told they had to come inside to get the free ice cream. Now, I don't know about you, but that just screams...
I've seen videos like that. There are videos like that. I mean, they could be fake, but I know they're out there, whether they're real or not, whether they're real or for hoaxes. It's still, there's content out there like that.
Stranger danger. You don't get in the truck for the ice cream, and you don't go to the trunk for the puppies. But this was happening and being documented by many people.
Hey girl, come here. You want some free ice cream? Yeah,
Free ice?
We got a bunch. We got everything you can imagine. What'd you like?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, come on in. Come grab it.
I have to come in?
Like, why is the voice distorted?
You're supposed to give it to me.
No, but it's free. No, you gotta come grab it.
And then she's not showing him.
There are
Like,
ice cream truck drivers who are
suspicious.
acting really suspicious, but then proceed to cover their faces once they realize that
Yeah.
they're being recorded. And there have also been reports of groups of ice cream trucks driving around with their terrifying music playing in the late hours of the night with no explanation. I mean, think about it, guys. Why would any ice cream truck, let alone a whole group
I
of
just
them,
got a weird thought, but I'm gonna need to have, I need more proof before I say anything.
playing their music in the empty streets of the night when their target audience is supposed to be sound asleep in the surrounding homes. Now, there are so many videos of these late night ice cream trucks that there really feels to be something deeply disturbing about them. Even if they are not linked to the missing kids directly, it still doesn't explain the mass amounts of sightings or the purpose of these late...
So there's definitely weird shit going on. One of the TikToks I saw, or like, I don't know if it was, I'm gonna have to look for it. I don't know who showed it to me. Basically, this guy said some weird shit to this woman. And he just looked not normal. Like, he looked like he was on drugs. But what he said was so crazy. It's like so intense. It's like, can it just be explained that, like, oh, he happens to be driving an ice cream truck and he's on drugs and he happens to say this to this girl? Like, I don't know, man. It is very like I said, I don't think it all can be debunked and explained, unfortunately. I mean, if it was all fake, then we'd be all safe, right? But I don't know about that.
Night appearances. And I do just have to note that I feel bad for those making an honest living with their ice cream trucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is surely not a great look for the entire community or the ice cream truck business as a whole. But it really does lead you to be reminded of the importance in being aware of your surroundings and paying attention to warning signs. Obviously, if it's late at night and there's an ice cream truck with a masked individual, I would not suggest approaching it, nor would I ever suggest that anybody get inside of an unknown vehicle with the promise of ice cream. I mean, when you really think about
I'm going to say 9 out of 10 times, 99% out of 100% time, you're not going to want to get in the car with a stranger. It's not worth the risk. But sometimes that can save your life. Like if you're in danger and you're trying to get help, sometimes that stranger is a hero to you and not so strange, So just keep that in mind and don't be afraid to ask for help and scream and get help from somebody, like as humans we're stronger in numbers and more powerful when we work together. So don't forget that, y'all.
about it, anybody could go.
Don't forget your power.
Go and purchase a vehicle resembling an ice cream truck, decorate it the way that they want, and play their creepy music to lure whoever and whatever they desire. So what do you think is going on with these late night ice cream trucks? Are you on the side of the internet that believes there's some sort of correlation between these late night ice cream trucks and the amount of missing children?
Well, she didn't go into very much. I thought this would have had more in it.
You think it's just an eerie coincidence blown up by the internet? I really, really would love to know all of your thoughts, theories, and opinions down below. One thing that I do want to note is that in some of the videos I was watching, there were people who had associated these ice cream truck videos with the missing persons posters, claiming that they matched one another, basically saying that the individual in the video was one of the individuals that was reported missing. But a lot of people have said that these are hoaxes. If you guys do want me to dive into a part 2 where we go even deeper with these ice cream...
Okay, she's smart. She's basically, what she just said, she's like, listen, I'm going to give you a taste, but if you want more, I'll make another video. Like, she's a smart one, Haley, that one. We might watch it if she posts it, but
trucks, make sure.
And then she saved them. It might be a hoax for the very last second. It's crazy.
To let me know, but that is basically these late night ice cream trucks and missing.
That's why she's got 1 million, y'all.
Kids and everything to do with it.
Praying we're next.
Until this point. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just
not
yet subscribed,
definitely give her a follow. And then I think I want to end with the Bob, right? The Bob. Fucking love Bob. He's so cool. He's so cool. Yeah, we're going to end with the Bob. Let's do it. Ooh, we're going longer than I thought, but having fun and it's going well, so shout out to y'all. This one. And this will be good for right before bed because Bob is like very soothing. So I'm going to try not to interrupt too much because I want to get through this and also let you enjoy the Bob experience. Please, please give him a follow. He is so underrated and I love him.
Hi, I'm Bob Gimlin. This video contains 3 paranormal and
he's incredibly, incredibly entertaining. Incredibly.
encounters I've accumulated over the years. First, the nightly visitors. Bob. My experience began when I married my wife, and we bought our first and only home. We had spent our whole lives in New York City, got married, and moved to the country. I would never call it the country now, but coming from Manhattan, it might as well have been Alaska. I fell in love with the new house, so did my wife. She said it was just like the house she had imagined since she was a little girl growing up in the city, which I thought was sweet. She said she used to have dreams of a house with identical brick walls and window planters, but I'm not sure if that's relevant to my story or not. It is a 2-story brick house. It has a fireplace on both floors. I initially liked the house because it felt so secure, like a little fortress of isolation, compared to our old apartment with paper-thin walls. I still had to go to the city off and on, and a 2-hour drive was actually kind of nice, because work, friends, and family were close, but not too close, if you know what I mean. The first thing that happened, and trust me, it was hard to ignore, is that around 1 a.m., we heard the loudest, hardest bangs. I can't really describe it much more than that. They were loud and heavy enough to wake both of us. From the second floor, we could hear dishes rattling in the cupboard from the kitchen. You could feel the whole house shake. Bang, 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 like the frame of the...
I want to be fair. It's not... I don't think Bob chose... I think that reveals more about the artist than Bob. He's...
The house was being battered, or like the foundations were being struck with sledgehammers. It would last for less than 10 minutes. More than once, we actually got out of the house to see if it was happening everywhere. But it wasn't. Even from the front lawn, I could hear the house booming. The window panes rattled. This would happen twice a month, maybe. We called a home inspector, a plumber, and even an engineer who was a buddy of mine. His job was moving antique buildings, so he knew a lot about this sort of thing.
I know a guy.
We explained the situation, but didn't get any answers. The home inspector was some kind of wise guy. He was the same guy who looked at the house before we closed on it. He gave a thorough look around and said, "Nope, no sign of grenades going off in the crawl space." The banging had happened about 20 times since then.
What a jackass.
2 or 3 times a month, maybe. I remember it was a Sunday morning in March. I was sleeping in. The wife calls anything past 6:45 sleeping in, of course. So this one morning, she bursts into the bedroom screaming at me and tries to climb under me. She's screaming, the kitchen, tell me you did this, why did you do this? Do you think this is funny? Is this funny to you? Is this how you get your jollies? I remember being excited. I walked downstairs with her behind me, and witnessed the most intensely creepy thing I have ever seen.
Yeah, this sounds
on the kitchen
fake,
table
but it's
sat a
also
display
so
of some
insane.
kind.
I don't know
A model
why
or
someone
design.
would lie about
I don't know what
this.
you want to call it. The first layer was rectangular gray bars. I thought they were made of clay at first. Then the second layer was 4 candles, pushed into the bars of clay, wick side down. The base of the candles were sticking up, and candlestick holders were inserted into the base of the candles. Then on top of the base of the candlesticks sat a cutting board, with one final clay briquette thing on the top. All of the items used to construct this terrible thing came from a box in the living room. The box was full of wedding presents, and my wife hadn't unpacked it yet because she had yet to approve of a suitable plate containment apparatus. The tape was ripped off the box, but it was still folded shut by the overlapping corners. The box hadn't moved. I have no idea how this setup was balanced the way it was. As gently as I could, I tried to take the clay off the top plate, and the whole thing collapsed. I'm not exaggerating. It was so fragile that sneezing from 2 feet probably would have done it. The clay was the color of farm fresh eggs. Then I realized it wasn't clay at all. because I smelled my fingers and it reminded me of the movie theaters. It was butter, but I don't know how. It was crispy, almost like it had been fried. But instead of melting, it felt like hardened foam sealant. I don't know how it kept its shape.
What the
If you
fuck?
tapped it with a knife, it sounded like a churro. Crispy and brittle.
That is so bizarre.
I told my wife it was butter, and she disagreed. Then she opened the fridge and started screaming. It was in the fridge. It went into the fridge. She threw every scrap of food away from that fridge, even the beer. It took me several hours, but I actually managed to recreate the structure, though a glue gun was necessary for my recreation. I took a few Polaroid photos of it, but lost them one night on the boat. I saved the butter in the freezer, but the wife accidentally threw it away almost immediately. We never found the butter's paper wrapping. I wonder if it somehow melted into the butter, giving it that crispy texture. We were deeply disturbed by this, of course. One of the reasons I liked the house so much.
I wonder, okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I gotta ask this, because, like, what, is anybody, like, a cook or a chef, or has experience with, like, working with butter? Like, how do you make butter like that? It sounds like it has to be deep fried, or maybe you do, like, the creme brulee torch move. I just like, it's so, like, and then, like, who did that? What did that? Was that, like, a person messing with them? I don't know. It's fucking crazy to me. I'm sorry, but...
was that it was built like a little fortress. Both doors were solid.
Oh, and then the conclusion to this is very interesting, I think, if I remember correctly.
With physical and key locks. The windows...
It's been a while since I watched this, to be fair, so...
Those were locked, and the screens weren't messed with. I'm very confident that nothing came in from outside, which of course was no comfort at all. I did a lot of research. This was before research was as easy as it is today. Everything I read indicated poltergeist. It literally means noisy ghost. According to the literature, poltergeists aren't really ghosts. They are typically regarded as unintentional or subconscious physical manifestations from a living person, but we'd never had paranormal experiences before moving into the house. I'm not saying at all it was a poltergeist, but that is what the books indicated. My wife wanted to go see a priest about this. She's very Catholic, but I dragged my feet. I was not happy.
She's very Catholic. You hear that, folks? She's very Catholic
about it. And she wouldn't let me...
She's not Catholic, she's very Catholic.
Wait in the car. After the service ended, we waited for people to shuffle out. My wife introduced herself and talked about how we just moved here and how the church is so beautiful, what a lovely service, yada yada. And then she segued right into, we've been having some really weird things going on in the house. But the priest cut her off. He said he'd be happy to do a blessing, but it's best to know what we're dealing with first. Very casually, he went into a back room and came back with a phone number and a name. I'm not kidding. The priest gave us a phone number for a psychic. He didn't miss a beat. He acted like this happens twice a day. I wasn't expecting that. The psychic came over about a month later. I remember it was June 5th, because it was the day after our anniversary. And my wife was having a cleaning fit, because of course the psychic is going to be judgmental about the cleanliness of surfaces. It was one of the more ridiculous days of my life. She had to be at least 80. She was 4 feet tall.
This is so
there was something nun-like about her. I went to
She was very nun-like.
An all-boys Catholic high school, so I have a long, rich history with nuns. And there was something very nun-like about her. Actually, maybe more like an anti-nun. Like when two ideologies are so opposite each other that they begin to share behaviors. I felt bad because she had a hard time getting around. She basically crawled up our staircase. I wanted to try and help her, but she wanted us to wait outside. It was funny too because her son was waiting in the car. He never got out, never really moved.
You know what's so funny? That's a common theme. This is a common theme with, like, psychic or religious people or whatever. Like priests or empaths, psychics, whatever. They always have, like, a person who's, like, driving them around who's, like, doesn't want to be there. I just noticed that. I think it's funny observation, if you ask me.
Him, wondering if we should ask if he wanted water or something. Not that we could go in our house. I was feeling stupid, standing on my porch while this tiny lady crawled around my house. In fact, I made a mental note to check on some valuables we didn't think to put away.
He thinks she's
Wouldn't
stealing.
that have been something? Paying a psychic to rob me? But then I couldn't help but notice. She began to bang the floor with her cane, to an eerily similar pattern of the nightly sounds we heard.
Oh my God.
Of course, it wasn't nearly as loud, but it was undeniably identical in pattern. We hadn't told her anything about what was going on in the house, nor had we given the priest any details. So I was fascinated at how she was mimicking the beat of the banging. After 45 minutes, she comes outside. She tells us that in 50 years of doing this, she had never experienced anything like this before. She said, and this I believe is exactly what she said, when they come for a person, when they have selected a person, they don't stop coming for that person after said person dies. They, in this particular case, being those from another planet, extraterrestrials, little green men, but they aren't green, and they're not little. They don't look like they mean well, and they come and go on spaceships. The year was 1989, and let me tell you,
this reminds me of like an episode of the Dead Files. This is incredible.
That if she wasn't psychic one way, she was in another, because she said the only thing that could have seriously freaked me out. I didn't like that at all. Not one little bit. Even Alf made me uncomfortable. Then she told us we owed her $200. My wife wrote out the check, in total shock. It was like she had forgotten how to write. Then the psychic limped back to her car. My wife asked what we're...
No offense, but most psychics who are like real do that shit for free. If you're real, real one, yeah, just saying.
Supposed to do.
Just saying. Don't ask me how I know, I'm just saying. Come on now, man.
The psychic turned around and said, "They're not here for you, so no need to fret." Then she got into her car and was gone just like that. That was enough for me to come back.
So I think the aliens probably were attached to somebody who lived there before, and maybe they died there or something. So the aliens still come here even though they're not alive anymore. And it's enough to freak. I don't know. I would be freaked out if somebody told me that.
To the church.
I don't know how true it is.
And nothing unusual has occurred in the house since then. The house has a different feel since we fortified ourselves.
Nice.
It's okay if you roll your eyes at that.
That's crazy.
I certainly would have when I was your age.
I'm sorry, but my thing is what kind of fucking aliens know what Jesus is? How do they know what Jesus is, and why would... It just sounds so fucking like the aliens even know about Jesus, man.
I guess the psychic's explanation really did a number on me.
Look at those
I became
eyes.
a lot less skeptical
Yep.
and a lot more accepting of the fact that more goes on than can be seen.
Yep.
And I've been a lot happier in general since I realized that fact.
Very good advice. We should all try to be more like this and all that.
I'm not even necessarily saying that I believe the psychic. I don't know if it was ghosts, aliens, alien ghosts, or ghost aliens. But I do know that something did this. Something was there, and that something doesn't seem to like God. Which to me begs the question, why would religion deter the visitors?
Yeah, it's really
Well, a lot of junk I've watched on television claims that aliens may think they are gods. Our gods, at least. And since they aren't, that may make them demons. Or at least functionally demons. Absolutely, you can share my experience. If anyone else out there is having trouble like mine, my advice should be obvious. Have faith in God. The world brightens almost immediately. I think there is powerful and active evil in this world, and it is a great deception that we are alone against it, and an even greater deception that it doesn't exist.
So I don't fully agree with that. You do not need God to be protected. An atheist...
The light's in the creature.
...is technically a child of God, even though they don't believe. It's just the way it works. You know, if you are alive and living, you're divine and protected and whatnot. Shouldn't matter what your religion is. All that matters is if you're a good person, honestly. At the end of the day, that's literally all that matters.
Bob, you should come to New Mexico sometime.
Ooh.
Or don't, depending on your constitution. I live near Santa Fe.
This is a good one, I think.
And I promise you, crazy stuff here happens all the time. I used to go camping out east, when I lived near Los Alamos. All sorts of weird stuff happened. This was in the 80s and 90s. I would see lights in the forest. I wouldn't exactly call them your typical orb, as they were actually more like rods. They reminded me of lightsabers. I'd guess they were 3 to 5 feet long. They were green with a tinge of blue, or maybe blue with a tinge of green. I believe they had some sort of consciousness, or awareness, or they were being controlled by someone, because they would seem to come straight at my camp, and then zag to circle the perimeter. They were bright enough to see far off in the distance, but you can't because of all the trees. This was not a 1 or 2 time experience. I saw them hundreds of times. And yes, I actually did get them on tape. But it just looks like glow sticks, flickering behind branches in the dark. I'm still happy I got them.
Okay, so I just want to really quick say, that is not necessarily paranormal. That totally can be a like natural phenomena like ball lightning or whatever. There's all kinds of crazy things that the earth, the environment, nature does that it looks scary and freaky, like, oh, this must be some kind of magic or alien shit, and it's just not, it's not that, you know what I mean? So there's definitely that's definitely an explanation for many things, but not all things, fortunately or not fortunately, I don't know which.
Them on tape, but unless you've seen it in person,
Oh,
the
yeah,
tapes
see,
won't convince anyone. If I ever figure out how to get it on the computer, I can show you them. My best buddy is big into elk
this
hunting.
is good.
He's all hardcore. He's a
This
vet.
is so cool, bro.
He never believed me about the crazy stuff that happens out there. One day he calls me up and says he needs to talk. He told me he saw an unknown creature on a ridgeline, from a few ridges over. I know this is out there, but this is what he said. He saw a 4-legged gray creature, the size of a grizzly bear, with skin like a rhinoceros. It was low to the ground. It had a smooth head and was holding what was either a dog or coyote in its mouth. Its shoulders to its elbows were level to the ground, and its elbows were bent at a right angle.
You know what this looks like? When I saw this, I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, holy fuck. Can you imagine running into something like this in the fucking wild? No one would believe you. It looks like one of those dogs that's been overbred. Like they have like pit bulls that they breed and they all look like this. Dude. But this is the size of a grizzly bear. Sorry, grizzly bear, oh my god. The size of a grizzly bear. And it has the skin of a rhinoceros. And it was like eating a dog or something. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. I would shit myself. Even if it was far away and I saw it, I would, dude. And then why would somebody lie about this? It's so specific. Its
arms and legs didn't go backwards like a normal animal. It was very square. So he said it kind of scuttled like a bug.
Oh my god.
He couldn't tell when he first saw it, but he hiked over, and the ridge it crawled over was too steep for him to get to. While he was scoping out a path, he heard some coyotes go crazy, so he hoofed it out of there. Before this sighting, he wouldn't even talk to me about the unexplained stuff. He said it was for stupid people, and that I get too excited. But after his sighting, he is obsessed with the Skinwalker legends and UFO stuff. This is Navajo land, after all.
I don't think it's
this region is covered with caves, and there have been massive earth-moving projects in the area.
Something, but
I think there are enormous underground bases here. I wonder if maybe some special projects escaped through natural caves, and they have not been captured, or maybe even allowed to come and go as they please. If you saw half the stuff we've seen, nothing seems too crazy. Shadow people.
Ooh.
Bob, I'm reaching out to you today to ask if you've ever had anyone talk to you about shadow people, or if you have gained some insight about them in your travels. I used to have dreams or nightmares about them. I actually don't remember having the dreams, or exactly how old I was when I had them, or even if I was totally asleep. But I remember hyper-realistic nightmares about them from when I was very young. Basically, in the nightmares, I'm hiding under the covers, while people, totally three-dimensional, but as dark as total darkness, are walking around my bedroom. They're speaking in hushed tones, as if they were trying to be quiet. I remember hoping they wouldn't notice me, or do anything to me if they thought I was asleep. For a long time, I thought they were just dreams. They are also the reason to this day I can't fall asleep without background noise of some kind. But when I was 20, I'm 31 now, I moved into my first apartment. I hadn't lived there for more than a week. I was carrying my laundry through the basement to the communal laundry room, when I was suddenly overcome with the most intense feeling of fear.
Whoa.
I almost felt stunned. The basement was dark,
Yeah, I hear
and I
about
could
this
tell
a
something
lot.
was behind me. Against my better judgment.
Ironically enough, it is usually related to shadow people. There's like this horrible fear that comes out of nowhere. Like you're just doing your own thing, minding your own business, and bam, all of a sudden you're in this like fight or flight mode, and you're like, what the fuck? Why? And it's because one of these fuckers are around. And I think it's because they want you to know that they're watching you. It's to scare you. It's usually why they do it. A lot of these things feed off of that.
I turned my head to see a shadow man.
That's why you can't give them the fear. You can't allow it. Not even for a second.
Just like from my dreams. I was holding my laundry staring at it. It's maybe 20 feet away on the other side of the room,
crazy.
by the storage lockers. Then it cocks its head at me, and I just keep walking. Since then, I have had similar sightings a couple dozen times. I can usually feel when they're around, and I take precautions accordingly. The darker it is, the more confident they are. The brighter it is, the less confident they are. I'm so thankful to have a sympathetic girlfriend. One night, different apartment, I saw one walk right across the bathroom doorway as I was brushing my teeth. It was looking at me, though it's hard to see exactly where their faces are pointing. It's best not to act alarmed, so I finished brushing my teeth and walked out to the living room.
That's good advice.
My girlfriend asks if it feels strange in here, and tells me that she's totally freaked out for no reason.
See? That's, again, he didn't say anything to her, and she knew. Seriously, that is, how do you debunk that? That's so, like, I don't know how to debunk that. Yeah, no, it's, it's crazy.
I laughed and said it was time to watch Super Troopers and turn all the lights on until we fall asleep. After this, I told her about the shadow people.
Oh, wow.
And she gets it. She's never seen them, but she gets it. So I was just wondering if you have had any insights into this phenomena. My advice to anyone struggling with this.
Yeah, I have tons of stories we can definitely talk about in the future.
Is not to underestimate the power of lights, laughter, company, and comedy. I honestly think they feed on fear and anxiety.
Yes.
Don't let them have it.
Yep.
Anyway, like and subscribe for more soon-to-come content.
Oh, I love you, Bob. So good.
And as always, thanks an awful lot for listening, and perhaps considering.
Are we done? Okay. All right, y'all. It's been a very successful, scary Sunday number 2, man. Like, I thank you all for being here. I'm thrilled. It went very well. Went a little too long, but listen, I ain't complaining. But shout out to all of you, Fat Polly, Sam, Amber. Thank you so much for being here. I will let you know when the next stream will be. It's to be announced at the moment, but I will post about it soon, I promise. And then we will be trying to finish up Sly Cooper and hopefully start Silent Hill very soon. So that's going to carry on into November. All right, folks. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, yes. The next stream is probably going to be drama or a game. Game day or drama. I'm not sure. We'll see. But if it is drama, we're going to be talking about the Kaya Hassan debacle. So brace yourselves for that. Stay tuned. And oh, one last thing. Give me a follow if you haven't already. Eventually we will be posting on YouTube, so you can hang on around for that. My goal is 5 subs. I need 5 subs, so do me a favor. Sub, you get access to emotes. There'll be more rewards in the future. And yeah, get more content like this. It's great. I'm having a great time. It's all good here. So, good night, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.